You're about to listen to TADPOG, Tyler and Dave Play Old Games. It's a comedy video game podcast. We would like to stress that the hosts are not experts and are really just very crass commentators. Seriously, this is an explicit podcast that happens to talk about video games sometimes. So please enjoy this pretty okay podcast with Tyler and Dave.
Hello, Internet, and welcome to another TADPOG podcast.
Smooth, man.
Yeah.
Wow. Velvety.
Yeah. This is a show that happens twice a week.
Good God.
Where two old guys
Shit.
play old games.
You are bringing it.
We are back to playing an old video
You
game.
kind of slipped into Alabama Lawyer just a little bit.
We all back to playing, I said an old video game.
I see beads of sweat forming on your brow. Let's choose characters that we'll do for this entire episode. You can be anybody that John Goodman has played.
Oh, man.
If I had to choose, I would say Cyclops from Oh Brother Where Art Thou.
Man, it's the first thing that popped into my head, too.
All right, well, you got to do it. So
I guess I'll be that short-lived sitcom where he played a gay dad.
What?
Yeah.
What was that? I don't remember.
I remember
that.
seeing previews for
Roseanne?
Roseanne?
It turns out it was all a dream, and Dan was gay all along.
Have you heard they're bringing that back?
No.
Yeah, Melissa told me that she heard that the other day, that they're
Bringing Roseanne back?
bringing Roseanne back.
Is Dan going to be a zombie?
That was awesome. Because I was just looked at it, I was like, I mean, I guess if they ignore the whole last season, I would. But
Weird. Okay.
I mean, because what's his Ernest?
James Varney.
Yeah, he's dead too. So Jackie's prince husband also is in the picture.
God, I forgot about that. Yeah. What do we do?
We are back to playing down through DigitalTrends top 25 Sega Genesis games.
Yeah.
This week, Josh and Nicole, they were available yesterday, but I wasn't. They're not available today, so
They pulled a James
Shining
Varney
Force 2
and went and died
and
on us.
they just died.
But you know what? We're cheerful anyway. We're going to do this show. We got to soldier on. If you want to send flowers, the P.O. Box, we have one. I don't know what it is.
From all the horrible shit Nicole gets in that P.O. box, she might like some flowers.
Yeah, that's not a bad
So
idea.
it doesn't look like she's really weird from all the shit that she picks up at the post office.
She is. Has she said on the show that she does not like to go to the counter
Yeah,
anymore?
she said, that she does not like going because of the weird postcards.
I mean, so yeah, someone should give her flowers, not us.
No.
No. Flowers are expensive.
Yeah, we give her money for the P.O. box.
Right.
So.
Thanks, Patreon.
Yeah. Let's see. So Shining Force is
A video game.
Digital Trends fourth ranked.
It is. We're getting close to the end.
We are. Yeah.
The next 3 games are going to feel like a fucking breeze compared to the 57 hours that I put into Shining Force 2.
That's about what I put in as well.
That is 17 more hours than I expected this game to be. I even thought that 40 hours was going to be kind of the max. I was like, this game will maybe max out at 40 hours. I was like, have you heard of the site howlongtobeat.com?
Yep.
How Long to Beat, I think the average time for Shining Force 2, I'm not looking at it right now, but I swear it was like 32 hours or something like that.
Maybe if you know what you're doing, but
I feel like the people that submit times on How Long to Beat are just like either super good at the games that they're saying that they're playing, or they're all fucking liars, because I've never completed a game like at the average time. Maybe I'm just a slow gamer.
well, it can't be their first time through the game when they make that time. But before we delve into Shining Force 2,
Part 2. There is a part 1 if you want to listen to it. Just,
it's in between all the Call of Cthulhu's.
right. Just scour the internet. You'll find it.
We have this package
Look at that.
from Pinball Archmage, Flag Bearer. Listen to our Patreon episode coming out Friday.
Standard bearer.
Chris Edler. Dear Tadpog, on a recent trip to the Hit and Run gas station, I was greeted by a new flavor of wrap snacks.
John Goodman flavored rat snacks. I said rat snacks. Let's go with that. John Goodman flavored rat snacks.
This rat tastes like John Goodman.
What we've done is we've discovered a way to take John Goodman in a lab, cut off slivers of skin like bologna, and turn them into rats. We kill those rats and we put them in bags, put them in chip bags and sell them at
Cheaper than you'd think.
yeah.
That is the universal sign. It's time to send a package to Paducah.
Fuck yes.
There are 3 other chips in addition to the Rap Snacks. The
Rat
Hers
Snacks.
and Grappino's chips were given to me by a friend. We found them on a trip to Cleveland.
Ooh. Drew Carey gave them to Chris Edler, I hear. Legend tells.
Yeah. The Packwee Ghost Pepper chips
Oh, nice.
I found at the gas station outside Chicago. I cannot recall if you've had them before, so I'm sending them just to be safe. Say hello to taquitos.net for me. Pinball Archmage Chris.
Well, that sounds like a request.
Hell yes.
While you work on getting those chips out of that box, I'm going to go to taquitos.net.
So much newspaper to read.
Yeah, what you got? Got any good headlines?
Let's see. The first thing I'm pulling out are Hare's kettle cooked ranch flavored lattice cut chips.
Oh, man. I do like hairs.
Or it's 2017. It's Hers.
Oh, right. Sorry for my microaggression. I didn't mean to assume gender on this bag of chips. All right, you ready? This looks like an anemic Chick-fil-A French fry.
This looks good. All right.
I got 3 of these bad boys.
They're good.
That's nice. It's weird because they're lattice cut. Hi, I'm Dave. I'm going to talk with food in my mouth. It's weird because they are like greasy, but they're lattice cut, so it's weird because it's like they're greasy, but they feel light at the same time.
Crunchy.
Uh-huh.
All right. Oh, this looks good. Grappino's cheddar and horseradish.
What is that? Grappino's?
Grappino's. Or Grippos?
Grippos, right,
Grippos.
okay. 'Cause I was about to
Grippo. Grappino.
Because I saw the logo, I was like, they are
It's just a bag of chip. Grappino's.
capiche.
Take one of these. I got high hopes for this chip.
Grippos are amazing. Their barbecue chips are the best barbecue chips. All right, these are Grippos cheddar and horseradish.
Yeah.
Okay. Wavy potato chips. That's nice.
Man,
That's a good chip.
Yeah.
That's a good chip.
Yep. Man, yeah.
I get the horseradish immediately. And then I get the cheddar.
That's good.
That's nice. That's the one I'm going to look up on taquitos.net. Maybe.
Here are the Wrap Snacks. Wrap Snacks Wavy. Fabulous New York deli cheddar.
Who's
Designed
the rapper?
Mansell.
Yeah, I know him.
Okay.
He does our intro song. Moves by Mansell. Wait, you mean... Wait, Mansell?
I think you're reading Sycamore Drive wrong. Oh, I'm sorry.
All right, let's see. Fabulous New York deli cheddar. Okay.
Okay.
This is not going to be as good as the Grippos.
Nope.
Sweet. Very sweet.
You know, you like your sugary cheese.
I don't like these.
Nope. Yeah, I don't. Yeah. Mm-mm.
They're like barbecue chips, but without the barbecue and just the sweet.
Yeah. I mean, the only cheese I like to be sweet is brie if it's baked and I'm putting it on bread. Other than that, no thank you, sweet cheese.
You know what I have to say to your criticism?
Yeah.
Stop trying to skip the struggle. That's where character is built. This is an inspirational quote that's on the back of this bag of chips.
And the last bag, I believe Mike has sent to us before.
Yeah.
And they're really good.
The Paquis
so
chips.
I'm going to open up and try these
Yeah.
again. Melissa will be excited that these are back.
Yeah, these are good.
It's been a long time.
I want their $5 super spicy chip.
Yes.
But I haven't been able to find them. And they tricked me into signing up to their mailing list for like, oh yeah, we'll send you an email when they're in. I've been on that motherfucker. I was on that for like a year. Never got a notification that they were in. But what I did get was like a weekly thing saying, hey, we also have these other chips you don't really give a shit about.
Oh.
Sorry, Paquis Haunted Ghost Pepper chips. Yeah, these are good.
Those and the horseradish chips.
Horseradish chips are the winner.
Yeah.
I'm going to be eating those horseradish chips throughout the show. Just a heads up.
I do. Everyone in my house makes fun of me for the amount of... Okay, there's something else in here.
Wait, what do they make fun of you for? Look at it's a Celica. It's a little baby Celica.
With Tadpog, Tyler, and Dave.
Nice.
I will bring back the Instagram. Put that on there.
Nice. Is this... Oh, there's also like a little squash bug on the bottom. or something. Yeah, thank you for that, Chris. That's my favorite part. This is awesome. Yep. This looks just like this tiny version of my car looks better than my car. Mine is actually pink now and peeling like a grapefruit, and is missing the part of the door handle and the dome light.
Still looks good. Still good. You got an auxiliary cord in it though.
That's right.
Yep.
I installed that motherfucker myself. I'll have you know. I'm the Ron Swanson of cars, they call me.
Yeah, true. It's true. Everybody calls me that.
That was my senior superlative.
Favorite Ron Swanson of cars.
Yeah, no one knew what it meant in 2000, but now it's great.
Need some watermelon. Cool off that.
Yeah, do it. So I'll have links in the show notes at tadpog.com. I'll have taquitos.net links to all of these chips that I can find on there. So if you want to read a review, visit our friends at taquitos.net. I don't know why I stumbled in the middle of that.
Oh, that's okay. I feel like we're both going to do this episode a lot, just because.
I am super fucking tired. Like, way tired. I got 3 hours of sleep last night. I got 3 hours of sleep the night before. Because I'm riding that Shining Force 2 train, baby. Look, when I thought that I would finish this game in under 40 hours and then it turned to 57, that means Dave had to put in some overtime.
You did it though.
I did it. I didn't want Shining Force 2 to be a 3-parter.
Yeah.
Because I don't think that I have enough to say to make the game 3 parts.
That's fair.
Like, justifiably.
But one last thing before we get into game talk.
Yeah. You got another tattoo.
Well, I do have a psychological scar.
Oh, shit.
I lived one of my lesser nightmares. So this is a medical story. If you're squeamish about medical stories, skip ahead a little bit.
I cannot do that. I am squeamish about medical stories, but I do not have that luxury.
You have to endure it.
I'm just gonna. You can tell the story. Text me when it's okay to come back in this room.
Okay.
I will isolate me laughing, or I'll isolate different reactions, and then you can play them through your phone.
You just put in the Fanta laugh a few times.
Right? Yeah, this will be great.
Because I think I've mentioned on the show before my issue with peeing.
That you can't hit the toilet?
Well, that one, yes.
Okay.
Another is for over a decade. Like, I can go pee, and as soon as I feel like, oh shit, okay, I can go pee. I go pee. The feeling that I need to does not go away. It sticks around. That super strong urgency that tells me I have to go.
Yeah.
Yep. Still there. I stand at the toilet minutes. Feel like I have to pee, can't pee, I'm done, but the feeling is still there.
Your pee indicator.
Yeah.
It's dinging.
My spider sense, my pee sense just going crazy.
How much would that suck for Peter Parker if that's what a spider sense felt like? Where it's like, someone's about to hit me. Oh, I have to pee.
Oh, man. Oh.
So he's actually happy to see Venom.
Oh, thank God.
Thank
Okay.
God, someone who doesn't set this fucker off.
But let's see. I've lived with this for a long time. Whenever I was in college, I went to get it checked out, had my prostate checked out by the man with the largest hands I've ever seen.
Right. Dr. Large Hands.
Dr. Dick Fingers. So. And yeah, once he said, like, oh, I need to put a catheter in you, I was like, well, I'm going to deal with this. And I did for years and years and years. And then I felt like it was getting worse recently. So I was like, okay, that's it. Can't keep doing this. Don't want to keep doing this. I'm going to the doctor. I went, had
I don't like where this is going.
a battery of tests. He put me on 2 different medications.
He fed you a battery.
Fed me a full battery. Nothing helped. And he's like, all right, well,
we're gonna have to put you down.
We're gonna.
He talked to Melissa. It's like he's lived a long life.
He's lived. Yeah, I mean, 32 is really, really fucking old.
That's entire.
I'm a 16-year-old doctor.
Right. In human years, that's like 200.
I go to the elven doctor. So.
Oh, your husband's not immortal? Ooh, this is gonna be a problem.
So, and he said, I hate to tell you this, I'm gonna need to give you a catheter, and I'm gonna have to check out your bladder. I was like, okay, yeah, it's inevitable. That's fine. Just do it.
That's how bad it was.
Yep.
Now you're willing to go
willing to
through
get it done.
Yeah.
It's one of my nightmares. And
for good fucking reason.
Yeah.
I've never had a catheter before. Do they and also that was too scared to say that phrase properly. I have never had a
catheter.
Do they do anything to try to like deal with the pain of something going in your...
They numb me first, which felt like getting a catheter for a split second.
Okay, that's my second question. They numb you first. Do they fucking like put a needle in your dick?
Didn't look. Did not look.
Is he like, this is gonna feel like the worst pain you've ever had in your life?
You're gonna feel pressure for a second.
Oh.
And it felt like I was getting like a shot in my dick.
Oh God.
Yeah. But I go in to the urologist, his assistant first, attractive girl. And the only point I could get was right after work. So I'm just like sweaty and covered in food and just rock hard.
I really love my job.
Cooking food. So yeah, already this, semi-attractive woman is like, all right, drop your pants.
What you look like?
Put stuff in it. Kmart, Christina Aguilera.
Kmart. Ooh, okay.
So there you go.
That actually might be better than Christina Aguilera.
And so yeah, I just drop and I lay down on this chair and she puts what normally like the blue sterile like paper they put over you. Only this one has a dick hole cut in it. So he puts that over me
with eyes drawn above the hole. All right. Who's my little gonzo?
Also, one of the funnier parts of Kimmy Schmidt season 3.
Oh,
when they talk about gonzo condoms and stuff. So, yeah.
Damn it! Here I was thinking I was original and shit.
Hey, you hadn't heard it before.
It doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Damn you, Tina Fey.
Yeah. But so I lay there. She puts the dick blanket on me, dick hole blanket, and she's like, "Okay, you're gonna feel some pressure." So I just immediately, I'm not looking, and I feel like
more pressure.
This is the first pressure. The first pressure of shot in my dick, and I just, okay, all right. And she's like, okay, now I'm gonna put it in, and like I could feel it a little bit.
Excuse me, ma'am. I'm used to saying that, not hearing it.
Well, she said that, and I turned over.
Sir, it looks like you have a small butt sword in here. No, I'm King Arthur now.
So, why are you being such a pussy about shit going up your ass, sir?
Wait, are you a cum goblin?
It's a whole bunch of deep cuts. There you go.
Yeah. I'm sorry. And it was cum troll, wasn't it?
Cum troll.
My bad. As soon as it came out of my mouth, I was like, let's not be silly.
Those are different species.
Let's not be silly.
And the cum
Trolls regenerate, goblins do not.
So, and then she's like, I'm going to put the catheter in, and I feel like, yeah, this one is just like pressure because I'm numbed. And she's like, okay, I'm going to get the doctor. I'll be back in a second. So she leaves the room, and I'm just laying there, and I'm in a position where I don't want to move. I don't want to pull anything out.
Right.
I don't want to mess with anything.
Right.
But the blanket is kind of, I still have like my uniform on, and the dick hole blanket is kind of tall. So I just am able to peer up just enough where all I see is just like metal.
Yeah.
Like where she's got something wrapped around it, like these metal tongs, and what looks like some sort of an expander.
I don't like the sound of that.
Yeah.
So like your Weapon X. She's shooting adamantium into your body through your front no hole. Your yes hole.
And I'm there for way too long by myself before the doctor finally comes in, and then she comes in behind him with a tray of stuff.
Sir, have you ejaculated yet?
We'll wait.
I'll come back. Right.
He pulls out a stopwatch.
He starts masturbating. Here, this will help.
Look me in the eyes. Look me in the eyes, sir. No, don't look at Kmart Christina Aguilera. Look me in the eyes.
Who's my patient? Who's my good patient?
Oh, who's going to violate HIPAA? Oh, who's going to violate HIPAA? Well, then he pulls out, and as soon as I see him, I'm just like, oh, fuck. Because like the catheter is just like the minor part. The big part of this is he has...
scissors for fingers.
Well, he has a scope that is going to go through my pee hole into my bladder.
A scope, like...
It is...
like a Game Boy Light?
It looks like
a Super Scope 6?
The reticular part of it, but he looks through does. And then it goes down. The part that will go into me is about as... probably a little bit thicker than the urethral plug that we got.
Oh, man.
As soon as I see that, I'm like,
all right.
fuck.
Not everyone has seen the urethral plug.
Nope.
So give some context. That thing was about as big
a pin.
Yeah. Like a writing pin.
Yep. So yeah, he's got He's got something that it's like,
Woo!
it's about a foot long and
$5.
is a. I wish it was only $5.
I promise. I'll let you finish your story. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, about a little bit thicker than a pen, about a foot long, and then cause he's like, "All right, this is gonna hurt."
Oh God!
And like when it goes in, I'm like,
You punched him.
"Well, let me get to that," because I just went when it goes in, because I could feel it going in. It hurt through the numbness. And then he turns the water on.
What?
Because he has to go through and fill up my bladder.
Oh my God.
So whenever he turns that on, I just feel like a gush of it going down. It's like going into my penis instead of out of my penis, which is a strange sensation. Like I feel it on and in my balls, and then it's just like all over my lap, and it's just pressure, just like expanding your penis and going into your bladder.
I hear that's how they come in Australia. Sorry, listener from Perth.
Call in and tell us if that's not true.
Yeah, please confirm.
And I just scream, "Fuck!" and just punch the wall behind me. They both jump, which is not a reaction you want your urologist to have. But he's like, "Oh, it takes a full 60 seconds, so just hold on." So yeah, he's just like pumping water and just feeding that tube down into my pee hole for 60 seconds. And it was the longest 60 seconds ever before he finally like pulls it out. And he's just like,
how did that feel?
Everything's
good or bad?
Good. The initial pulling out, equally painful.
Yeah.
And then he's like, "Oh, everything looks good. I don't know." So now I have to go back in a month to a specialist who comes in once a month.
He pulled it out and he was like, "Psych."
There's nothing wrong with you. You dumb bitch.
Get the fuck out of here.
He's like, "Yeah, you're gonna be sore. It's gonna hurt, and blood is typical."
Oh.
Yeah, so for the rest of the
God.
day, it's just like every pee is like jerking off with shampoo.
Oh.
That feeling every time for seconds.
You had
of
your
peeing.
first period.
Oh, and then just pee, just blood coming out of my pee hole.
Oh. When did this go down?
3 weeks ago. Maybe?
Oh my God.
2-3
You've been
weeks
holding
ago.
on to this one.
Yeah, we had Call of Cthulhu.
I know.
So, yeah,
you didn't want, you didn't want to start a Call of Cthulhu episode with that story?
The day is August 9th, and I had something shoved in my urethra at the end of the day.
Forget all this serial killer shit. Some real gruesome stuff happened to me today.
Make a sanity check.
Yeah,
If you have a penis. If you don't have a penis, you're probably not that bothered.
I don't know. I feel like, oof.
Yeah, but he said, yeah, everything but my bladder looked totally fine.
Cool.
So, okay, thanks.
That's what you want.
Yeah. So I'm going in for urodynamics.
Like
Whatever.
EURO.
Yeah. It's just a bunch of Europeans
Right.
looking at my dick.
Yeah, exactly.
Is he going to ejaculate?
I don't even know what accent that was.
I don't know either.
Yeah, I like it because it was
Different, not American,
right.
different.
It was just a general European accent. I liked it. I was expecting you to go cousin Balky.
I'd have to think about that.
Yeah, I don't think I could do it. I can do a Larry. I'm doing it right now.
Yep, that's it for me.
I don't have a story. I didn't know we were doing them.
That's okay.
And I sure as fuck can't do a story like that.
Then let's talk about Shining Force 2.
All right, let's do it.
Dave, you hear that?
Nope. It sounds like the catheter train coming out the coming out the
Going
tunnel.
in.
Yeah. Which of course ushers in a segment called "We Did Wikipedia on Part 1."
Oh, we did? Okay.
Yep, you
there we go.
read it.
Yeah, you're right. I did. All right. It's been a while.
Yeah.
All right. Because I think we talked about we were going to talk more about the story
Right.
a little bit.
Which you would think would mean that I would be prepared to talk about the story.
Yeah.
I'm not.
Let's talk about whatever.
I mean,
what comes to mind?
We could try to talk about the story if you want. It's kind of.
Because you beat it
I did finish the game.
completely in Twitch stream.
100%. 100%
Awesome.
in Twitch.
Awesome.
And if you have 57 hours to spare, which I know you do, you can, if you go to Twitch, search for TADPOG, you'll find us. It's there, all in a collection of like, I don't know how many, like maybe 15
I added Twitch to my
videos.
Roku today.
Nice.
So listen, we'll have sex. You playing Shining Force
Nice.
2. It'll be great.
Well, I'm done. Oh, you're gonna watch what
Yeah,
I've
we'll
already
watch
done.
it, yeah.
Well, that takes some of the fun out of it.
yeah. Well, next time you stream a game, be like, hey,
Because you get, I mean, like, yeah, exactly.
I fucking be good.
Right, yeah. I'll send you a message. You guys can fuck and be like, we're fucking while that idiot is playing a game from 1992. I bet he doesn't even come at the end, dumb motherfucker. I got off track. Oh, right. Yeah. I did finish the game. I still love the game.
Yeah.
I still love the game. I don't love it as much as I did in part one. Some of the shine came off the apple, some of the force. Some of the shine came off the force. It got less shiny because I had my fucking dick kicked in on a battle.
Yeah,
and I've been wanting
you told me a little bit about it, but yeah.
Which does lead me to a point, and that point is, I'll do the dumb thing and tell you my point before the story. The RNG in this game is kind of crazy. Like I shouldn't say it's crazy. It's just a thing about the game that makes it its own thing. I'm not used to RNG like making or breaking a game like it
Clarify
like
that.
it does. Okay, so like in Final Fantasy and like all the Final Fantasy games that I play, there are critical hits. That's a thing that happens, but it's fucking rare.
Yeah.
Evading happens unless it's Final Fantasy VI. That's also a thing that when it happens, it's like, whoa. However, in Shining Force 2, I feel like they happen a lot more frequently.
Yeah.
That might just be my feeling.
Critical hits, hitting again, and evading.
Exactly. And counterattacks. So
Yep.
it's those four things. So a critical hit, or what they call a heavy attack, is additional damage. A double attack is an enemy or you will attack twice in a turn instead of once. You evade the attack. No damage is done. That can happen on either side. And then the counter is you get hit, you hit them back kind of deal. Which I never had an enemy counter attack. Well, no, I have. So that goes either way too.
Not as much as them evading.
That is true.
Some enemies, I feel like they evaded. Whenever you have one hit left, I feel like their evade goes through the roof. Because almost every enemy at the end of the game, if I would have killed them in one more hit, they would always evade that attack.
Well, I had an experience. 3 battles before the end of the game. There is okay, let me explain another mechanic. Sorry, I'm jumping around, but it's important to the story. I don't think we talked about this in part 1. The main character of the game is Bowie. We talked about that. Bowie is the hero of the game. It's actually his class, hero. If Bowie dies,
Man.
it's game over.
It's the only thing I despise about the game.
If he dies, you're done. It doesn't matter if everybody else is up. Once he reaches 0, he's dead. And you go back to your save point. And we talked about this in part 1 as well, but there's no reviving in the game. When a character gets to 0, well, there's no reviving in battle.
Yeah.
Once a character gets to 0 in battle, they're gone. They're out of that battle until you raise them outside of battle.
Yeah.
I was on the 3rd stage, or the 3rd level to the end, and it's a really cool battle because it's this tower that you're climbing.
It's a rough battle.
I had a hard time because like there are columns that obscure enemies. Like there's hydras that are hiding back there. And then you also have to go up, I think 2 or 3 flights of stairs, and the stairs are only 2 tiles wide. So what that means is enemies you can't pass through an enemy's tile unless you're using a flying character, which those are kind of
Flying or floating.
right, flying or floating. So constantly just trying to just make a hole on the stairs so I can progress. Because what happens is they block you on the stairs and then shit comes in and starts AoEing everybody on the stairs.
Yep.
That's what happens
Fucking
to me on
Demon Masters.
every flight. Yeah, the fucking big Pazuzu looking motherfuckers. I get to the fucking top flight of stairs. Bowie is at full health. I have 3 enemies left. The boss and 2 other enemies. And one of them's a Hydra. I know that for sure because I move Bowie up. Very next turn, Bowie is at full fucking health, like 72 hit points. Hydra moves up. I'm like, oh shit, he's going for Bowie. That's not good, but I'm not too worried about it because Bowie's like, he's got good defense, he's got good HP. This is fine. Hydra hits, heavy attack first, right off the bat. It's like, fuck. So like automatically he does like almost 40 points of damage.
Yeah.
It's like, God damn it. Oh, double attack. Here it comes. Hydra hits me again. Bowie's now down to like 18 hit points. Very next round, one of the demons comes down AoEs. And that's it. That lost me an hour worth of gameplay.
Yeah, that is a shitty thing about the game. You're 100% correct.
So you can watch that. You can watch that happen to me.
You watch your heart break.
In it, yes.
It's like Ralphie.
Yes, and I even mentioned that in the stream because I was like, yeah, you can pause the exact moment where my heart breaks. And I've gone back and you can do that. And it is just the silver lining. Like, I was demoralized, man. Like, thank God there were people in Twitch chat that they were there. If they were not there, I would have stopped.
Yeah.
Like, I would have, there's no question in my mind. I would have just been like, I will watch the rest of this game on YouTube. Power off. It's bitter.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is 100%. Like, that makes me upset hearing about it.
It was my fault, ultimately. It was my fault because, I moved Bowie to a spot. I moved Bowie to a dangerous spot. I was being aggressive, but I wasn't expecting that RNG combo.
Yeah.
That just absolutely just pushed my shit in.
Yeah. Well, that's why because I remember my first playthrough when I was younger, and then my most recent playthrough, the only time that I died a lot was in the very first battle, and it was them ganging up on Bowie, just like relentlessly. I think before I cleared the first battle, I died 3 or 4 times.
With those little mist demons?
Yeah.
Yeah, and Gizmo, the boss?
They would just rush up to him and just dead.
Really?
Game over. So that's why I was like, all right, well, I absolutely buffed him the fuck out for defense. Like, he had the highest defense of anybody in my party.
I feel like you have to do that, right?
Yep. He had the white ring. I used all my whatever. Is it cheerful? No, cheerful bread is hit points. Whatever, get protect milk.
Protect milk.
I gave all my protect milks to him and made sure he was geared to the 9s for defense, which he has naturally high defense anyway. Mm-hmm. But yeah, because it's just, man, that pisses me off. That pisses me off so much, that mechanic, that no matter how well you're doing, there'd be that luck thing, pinpoint him, game over. I hate it. I fucking hate it.
I like a little bit of randomization, and it's fun when I'm doing it to the enemies, because like we need to talk about mithril weapons.
Yeah,
I'm sure in a bit, but there are weapons in the game that do increase your chance to critical hit. Mm-hmm. That's fun when you're doing it to them, but man, it sucks when you're on the receiving end of that. I'm glad you brought up cheerful bread, protect milk. Did we talk? I don't think we talked about
a little bit. Running pimentos. Quick chickens.
Right. These are, and I love that they're all food items that are one-use items. They're rare. They're one-use items that permanently boost one attribute of a character that you choose. I think that's cool, but it's also, man, it drives my blood pressure through the roof, because when I play RPGs, you know this, Tyler.
You want to hoard that shit.
I hoard that shit. Absolutely. And I never, especially the first time playing a game like I was this time, I was like, I don't know what to do with this. I don't know who to give the quick chicken to.
Yeah. Yeah, you wouldn't. There's no way you would.
But by the time I got to the end of the game, when I started to understand, it took me a long time to understand this game, because there's a lot of mechanics to it that I haven't seen in other games. But by the time I got to the end of it, I was kind of starting to make decisions for myself and being like, well, Bowie needs to protect milk because he died on those stairs. So,
well, even I would give him protective items over mages. Yeah, like mages' hit points of defense are shitty anyway. I'm not making them a money pit. Like, I can give them all these items, and their defenses, they're still going to get two-shotted.
Yeah,
it's worthless.
Yeah.
So, and let's see, because I put my protective items into him, and then I went the unpopular opinion route. I enjoy Kiwi. I like Kiwi a lot.
The Tort. Yep. The Tort / monster.
So I gave him all my hit point items, which makes him have okay hit points.
I'm going to say a crazy phrase. I'm going to say a crazy sentence. The first part of that sentence is absolutely ludicrous. Are you ready to hear it? The next time I play this game, that's the crazy part, I am going to promote Kiwi. I want Kiwi to be in my party.
Yeah. Awesome. I think post-promotion Kiwi is fucking great.
He is a floater. We talked about floating characters last episode, and you mentioned you thought that Kiwi was a floater, and you're right. Him and Peter the Phoenix, I think, are the only 2 floaters in the game. So they get the land effect benefits while also being flying creatures.
Because all the other flying characters, while it's cool to have that movement, man, they just get fucking waxed so easily. So easily. Unless
they're Eric. Eric.
Did you make Eric a Pegasus Knight?
I made Eric a Pegasus Knight.
Okay.
And I loved him, man. Yeah. He was like one of my strongest characters. That's the thing we have kind of talked about, promoting characters as a mechanic in the game. We talked about that in part 1. But I don't think we really talked about the different jobs that are in the game.
Yep.
there's a point in the game where you can promote any character in your force that gets to level 20. You can go to a church and the priest there will promote them. There's one clear path for that character.
Yeah, it's like growing up in Final Fantasy 1.
Right, exactly. Yeah. Like, for example, a warrior will promote to a gladiator. That's their grown-up class.
Yep.
But you can get special promotion items that kind of give you a divergent path. Like, for example, what is it that allows a warrior to become a baron?
I think it's like the warrior's crest.
Yeah. There are all kinds of items like that will allow one class to become another instead of their default path.
Yep.
I think that's a lot of fun because it adds replayability to the game, because next time I go through, I could make Eric a paladin and instead of a Pegasus Knight. Did I say that? Did I do that right?
Yep.
Yeah, okay. And also, what is really cool is your party makeup. There are 30 fucking characters in this game. And at any given point in time, you can only have 12 in your force. So that also adds another layer of playability on top of that.
Yeah.
Where it's like, I could go through this game again almost 100% differently.
Yep.
Once I get to a point where I can start mixing and matching. The only thing that has to remain constant is Bowie.
Yep.
And I think that's really neat. I think
you're absolutely right.
Very cool.
Because I saved Chester and turned him into a Pegasus Knight. Used him for 3 or 4 battles.
Chester, our horse boy.
Yeah. And fucking booted him. I was like,
really?
No, can't. Because it was just like, I can get him up there. He's got great movement. He's got high hit points. But his defense is so bad, he may as well have Kiwi's hit points, because 2 shots and he is done. Anyone. Really? He has so many hit points that I can't heal him properly. Like, someone with average hit points and decent defense, like, right. I can drop a heal 2 or 3 and they're good. He has so many hit points and such shitty defense. Like, the 36 I get is just like not touching it when he has 90 hit points.
Well, this is what worked out for me with Eric. By the time I got him, I was pretty much able to promote him immediately.
Yeah.
And he was right out the gate, like, just gaining levels.
So yeah, because you start back at level 1 again after you're promoted.
And he was level, so yes, by the time he lapped my other characters, he got to level like 16 before some of my characters were 14.
Oh, damn.
So like he had, in this game, when you get over 100 hit points, your bar goes from yellow to green. It starts adding like green segments. Yep. So like this motherfucker had green segments in his hit point bar before some of them even had a full yellow bar. So I mean, he was with his flight. He was tearing shit up. His defense, kind of shit, but with the hit points, not a huge deal.
Yeah.
Unless he was getting arched down because he's weak against archery units.
Because I was trying to see. Let's see. Because I went back and looked at my force.
Okay, right.
So if you want to compare armies,
yes, I want to compare armies. Who was your final army? Who was in there?
So of course Bowie, who I named Ty, both playthroughs.
Ty, or just Ty?
Just Ty. Let's see, Sarah as a master monk.
What'd you name her?
She just Sarah, dog. She's just Sarah, dog. Let's see, Kazan as a sorcerer. Jaha as a baron.
Dude, I love Kazan as a sorcerer.
Fuck yes.
Oh man.
Jaha as a baron. Slade. Kiwi, who even in this playthrough, I didn't know his real name until I looked at a guide. So on my original playthrough, I named him TJ after my cat at the time.
Nice.
And then this time, I don't know why, it just popped into my head, he was Fletch.
Fletch?
I don't know. Let's see.
He's a big Chevy Chase fan.
He looks like Chevy Chase. Right? He is actually Chevy Chase.
Look, kids, Big Ben.
Peter, May, Gerhalt, Freja, Sheila, and probably my favorite character in the game, Lemon.
Okay. I had the same party except for 3. I didn't have Kiwi, I didn't have Sheila, the monk, and I didn't have Lemon, the Red Baron.
Red Baron, yep.
Instead, I'm trying to think who I had instead. I had Karna as a master monk.
Karna is good. I had her for a little while, but just didn't feel like leveling her up.
She was my weakest character because she was low level when I added her.
See, I meant to choose her initially because you go to Creed's mansion, you get to pick between 3 characters.
One of 3.
I accidentally chose Eric, and I did not want to lose 2 or 3 hours of progress. So I was like, well, fuck it. I meant to get her
You stuck with
and
Eric.
use her and
Right.
promote her all the way through, but I fucked up. So she still ended up, I got her, I made her a master monk. I just got sick of leveling her. On my first playthrough, I did not use Slade because I thought he looked dumb.
He's a rat boy.
Yep. And I was mad because I was
looks-
like, it's your fault.
Yeah.
You did this.
Yeah.
So no, fuck you. So
I guess we could get into the story at that point.
I didn't use him. I don't think I used Gerhalt. And who else? Maybe I didn't use May. Instead, I had Zinc, Claude, and Taya.
I didn't use Zinc, Claude, or Taya. They immediately went into my caravan.
Yeah.
Even though they're cool, Zinc is a robot from the past. That is how he introduces himself to you. He's hiding under a rock in a town. Claude is a golem
Yeah, he had
or a golem,
he
depending.
has crazy high defense or high attack, but he's hard to use.
Too slow.
Yeah, he's
Same as
super
Zinc.
slow at his
Too
movement.
slow.
It's awful.
I don't like a character that doesn't have a high movement.
And Taya is just a shitty Kazan.
Yeah, I put her in my caravan
So
immediately.
yeah,
too.
I used her for 1 or 2 battles. It was like, man, your spells are half the progression of Kazans. So fuck this.
So I'm trying to figure out who I used that you didn't. Eric, obviously. Karna is the second one. And I'm trying to think of the third one that I used that you didn't.
Did you use Randolph? You like them centaurs?
I didn't use Randolph. Randolph is a dwarf.
Who am I thinking?
Rick.
Rick.
Because there's Rick, Elric, and Eric. And they're centaurs.
Well, there's the other
Right?
centaur. I think John the gladiator.
Oh,
Whoever
I'm getting him
the old
confused.
soldier was that was wounded.
Higgins.
Thank you, Higgins.
Who I liked. I liked his story and I liked his portrait,
Yep.
but didn't want him.
Yeah. Yeah, but all these names are reused in all the Shining Force games.
Oh, really?
Yep.
How many of them, I was curious, how many of them did you play?
1, Haja, and 2.
Okay. And we talked on part 1 about I'm interested in playing
Yeah.
another one.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
I really enjoyed this game. I'm trying to figure out.
Yeah, we'll wait. Once we finish this list, we'll wait a little while, and I'll run another game, and we'll play Shining CD.
I'm down to play Shining CD. Dude, I wanted to use Lemon because I love Lemon's story in this game.
It's so good. So good.
He is a guardian of the king who becomes possessed by...
He's basically the hand of the king.
right. The king becomes possessed by a devil. Shit goes down. Lemon fails to save the princess and the king. And
Because he's a paladin, like not class wise paladin, D&D wise paladin. Like he is lawful good and he is honorable and he won't fight unarmed opponents or people that are weaker than him. But it also clashes with his duty because the possessed king orders him to murder people, and he's at odds with himself because it's like, I don't want to disobey my king, but this isn't right.
And then what's really cool is later in the game, way late in the game, you encounter...
Yeah, because you see it. Let's see in the first. Okay, I guess we should hit story first.
Let's do
Lemon's
story.
integral
Let's
to
do
the story,
story.
so we need to do story because the cutscene at the beginning of the game is Slade, who is a thief, breaking into some vault, and he steals gems out of this underground cave or temple.
Right.
Yeah, and when he does that, he weakens the seal on the King of Demons.
He essentially shuts down the vault where the Ghostbusters keep the ghosts.
Yep.
Except there's not ghosts in there, it's devils.
Yeah, there you go. You're right.
And the devils get out.
Yep.
And they start causing trouble.
Yeah, and one possesses, because you're in the kingdom of Gallum, some devil possesses the kingdom next door, who then invades
Your
Gallum,
kingdom.
and they fuck shit up. That's where Lemon and King, I can't remember the
King Gallum.
King, is it Gallum? Okay,
I think so.
Okay, yeah, because they roll in and invade you. Lemon's reluctant, but the king's telling them like this is the right thing to do. These people are evil.
Because he's possessed.
Take care of them. Yep. He's playing everything the whole time to bring back the king of devils to full strength.
Right. Xeon,
Yep.
the king of devils.
Yep. So that's the beginning of the game is basically that getting unsealed, and at the very, very beginning, you fight through everything. You go up to try and save the prince. They've kidnapped the princess and taken her to the chamber where the seal actually is, where Xeon can enter the world again.
Right. With the intent to sacrifice her
Yeah.
to strengthen Xeon to come back
Yep.
to the material plane.
And they open this gate to him, and King Gallum grabs her, and they fall into this hole together. Everything's crumbling around you. Some sort of something hits Lemon. some sort of like black mist rolls over him and he falls unconscious and starts screaming and runs off. Something like that. He's gone. He can't help you, though he wants to. And you just have to flee. Everyone has to abandon the princess. They can't follow her. They go and get on the ship, sail across the sea, build another town, and then like, well,
start from scratch.
Yep, we'll go back when we can.
And then essentially try to figure out how to get back and defeat the devils.
Yep.
Defeat Xeon.
Yeah, because you can't, once you reach there, they have to break down their ship to build a town.
Right.
So you don't have a way back.
Right. And there's a long snaking path that you take to figure out how to get back. It involves firing dynamite out of a cannon, which I thought was, I don't think that's how cannons work. It's like, this is an F troop. This is a video game. Come on.
Yeah, because you find, but all of these other prime devils have taken up residence in this land or trying to take it down.
Right.
So you know the truth, and you're going through making allies, making your force stronger, and chipping away devil by devil until you find a way to go back home and take care of Xeon.
And these devils are all bosses, except for Creed is a devil, but he's a friendly devil.
He's retired.
He's retired. Although he does collect people and keep them in a room.
He's still fucked up. But yeah.
I mean, he is a devil still. But
he looks like a very, very pompish lich.
Yes. No, dude, he looks like Davy Jones from the motherfucking Pirates of the Caribbean.
Yep.
Like I feel like Disney straight up ripped that. Some writer was like, you're asking me what Davy Jones looks like? And he just drew like
he
Creed.
puts down his nomad.
Look, this is completely unrelated, but can there be a Creed song in this movie?
Yeah, because what I think is probably one of the hardest battles in the game is, because getting ahead of myself again, but you go through town by town, finding out their problems, helping them, telling them about the devils. They're taunting you because whenever you've left, Boy grabbed the gem of good, and it fused to his neck.
Right.
So Xeon needs him back
because he needs a gem.
Yeah, if he'll eventually get back to full strength, but it'll take a long time. If he has both those gems, bam, full strength.
Right.
So so he needs to get the main character back to him. They're hunting you while you're chipping away at them and building your force.
One of the things that I loved is the devils start showing their true nature later in the game, and some of them, because Xeon essentially invites Bowie to come back. Mm-hmm. He's like, if you want the princess, come back. You talk to Xeon through the gigantic bowl that Creed has in his basement.
Yep.
That has just a head in it.
Yeah. Because it reminds me a little bit of the Wheel of Time in that the Dark One is very similar to Xeon. It has like his elite worshippers, and he is sealed away, and they have these special magic rituals of contacting him. But once you contact him, he's still incredibly powerful and can just wipe you out.
Yeah. Well, and they build Xeon up. Like, they do a great job in this game of building Xeon up. Yeah. Like, I played enough RPGs to where, like, I played enough Final Fantasies to the point where I don't really even give a shit about the final boss most of the time.
Yeah.
Usually, I think one of the most interesting characters in a Final Fantasy RPG is just, like, someone that you do eventually fight, but they have actual personality. I feel like Final Fantasy games, it's always like, here's who you thought was the final boss, and here's a giant amoeba who's a god.
Here's your Deus Ex Machina.
Right, yeah. But they didn't feel like that in Shining Force. It felt very much like Xeon's who you're going to fight, and we're going to build him up for 20 hours.
And you meet two other living gods who are both like, oh, shit.
Right.
Good luck with that. Right. You guys are fucked.
Right. Vulcan and Metula.
Yep. Because they're both like, they couldn't kill Xeon before. They fought together with mortals and sealed him away. Mm-hmm. And mortals unsealed him, and Vulcanon's like, man, fuck y'all then.
Yeah, he's like, you fucked up. He's like, I'm not going to help you anymore.
Yeah.
And then Metula's essentially like, I can't help you. If you weaken Xeon, I can help you. But without Vulcanon, I can't help you. Someone's got to weaken him.
He's the brawn and the brains.
Right.
Sorry.
Right. kind of lost my point earlier. I love the character development in this game. Xeon, of course, is built up really well. What I really love about the other devils who are quote unquote helping Xeon is you find out that they all kind of have their own motivations beyond helping Xeon.
That's exactly how the Forsaken are in the Wheel of Time.
Oh, really?
Like, they backstab each other and set each other up for failure because they all want to be the strongest and in top favor.
And I love that because like that I feel like really makes them feel like devils.
Yeah.
They're not just like, yes, sir, Xeon, we will go and do thy bidding. Yeah. They have their own ulterior motives.
Yep.
And I think that's really neat. Tyler, I have an important question for you. In the game Shining Force 2, if you had to choose one waifu, who would it be?
Ooh, that's hard.
It can be a husbando.
Lemon probably.
Yeah. Right. Wait, are you gonna be a top or power bottom for Lennon for John Lennon?
Because I think May is the cutest character in the game.
May's
but her bottom
cute.
is also a horse.
That's a problem for some. Yes.
Maybe Sheila.
Sheila.
Yeah.
Is it because when you meet her for the first time, she is nude?
She's naked.
Yes, she is nude.
She's naked, and Alistair's all like, "Oh shit, man."
He's all about it.
Yep.
I would have to go with Camila, who is a devil. She is the purple devil.
Yep.
Or the goddess Matula. One of the two.
Matula.
Take your pick.
That's a good one. Matula's a good one. I was just thinking strictly in-game army. Matula's a good one.
May is mad cute, but yeah.
Horse bottom.
Horse, that's a problem.
Yeah.
Horse bottom's a problem.
Because
there's no way that's enjoyable to any human man.
Because early in the game you meet Peter the Phoenix and he works for Vulcanon.
Right.
And he's like, well, let's go talk to Vulcanon and get his help.
Right.
So the first quarter of the game is you trying to get to Vulcanon.
Right.
You get there.
You finally do.
You do, and you get there in time for him he's attacked by Xeon's right hand devil, Odd Eye. And they fight one-on-one and Vulcanon barely wins. So that shows you how strong Xeon is if Vulcanon as a god can barely take out his top lieutenant.
Right. And he doesn't kill Odd Eye. He just drives him off.
Yeah. And then Vulcanon, basically tells you to fuck off. Like, you guys fucked up. I'm out. I'm not doing this anymore. I helped you guys out last time. You made your own bed, sleep in it.
Right. Which, I'll be honest, I kind of felt like he was an asshole.
Yeah.
Because I was like, come on, man. We're humans, elves, centaurs. When we have one phoenix. You have to help us. That is a devil king. We cannot do this by ourselves.
Yeah. And then spoilers.
Yeah,
let's because right after that fight, you're back in the werewolf village, and they bring in a very injured young boy,
right,
who looks like lava must have gotten in his eyes, and he can't see.
He's blind.
He has no memory. He's kind of weird. His name is Adler, and just and it's kind of weird because the mayor is like, I can't take care of this kid. You take him. You be done with it. And Astral's like, we can't take a blind kid with us. Do you want to take a blind kid with us? Yes or no? It's like, yes. Serious? Okay, fine. And Adler just follows you.
Illusion of choice. That's another complaint I have about the game is that you don't really get to make any meaningful decisions. Yeah. I was surprised when you get the option to say yes or no to take Adler because most of the time, like someone asks you a question and Bowie just answers. And it's like, oh, I wish I could have some input on that, but I don't.
Yeah.
So Adler, pretty obviously Odd Eye.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, you find that at the end because you progress through, fight more devils, fight your way to Matula, ask her for help. Yeah, she says she'll help you, but you have to weaken him first. There's not much he can do. She's talked to Vulcanon. He's told her to fuck off as well.
Right.
So,
which is spoilers, all a ruse.
Yep.
Vulcanon, Matula tells you later in the game that Vulcanon was just pretending so that Xeon would essentially let his guard down.
Yep.
And not worry about Vulcanon.
Yep.
And Vulcanon...
Because he sends, people who find you and things like that are actually people Vulcanon has sent, and then something happens at the very end of the game that he does.
Yes, he helps you in a big bad way at the end of the game, which involves Lemon, which I'm sure we'll get to.
Yep. Because, let's see, you fight through devil by devil. You're basically getting taunted by Geshup, the devil, the whole time. He is your Machiavellian devil.
He is, if I were to cast one actor to play, I called him Gesp, to play Gesp in the Shining Force 2 movie, it would be Danny DeVito. I mean, like, every time he talked, like, I couldn't help but read it in Frank Reynolds' voice. I mean, it was just like straight
What
up.
we'll do is get the flowers.
Right?
Can I borrow your army? I just need your army for a little while. I got to get these flowers planted over here.
I love it. I mean, I just couldn't stop. Like, every time, it was just like, yeah, obviously, Danny DeVito.
Yep. Because let's see, you fight through recruiting, whittle away until you find.
Camila is Salma Hayek, in case you were curious.
It's pretty good. Yeah. Pretty good. I've also would have went Gal Gadot.
Oh yeah, that's like a new spin.
Yeah.
I was going like old school. Sorry, Salma Hayek.
Because
You're so beautiful.
there is ancient technology. There was like a progenitor race, sort of like the Protheans for this world.
Right.
And there are remnants of their technology, and they have a flying ship that you eventually find out about, and you go get it, and it is like
It's like a burial mound. Like, you know those animal, like, is that what you, like?
The Incans or the Aztecs that had these.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like, or I think of Illusion of Gaia, because that's.
Right.
Yeah, it's basically the same thing.
That's the first thing I thought of, too. We actually have, fun fact, we have some of those burial mounds, or some of them aren't burial mounds, some of them are just mounds. Mm-hmm. We have some of those here in Kentucky.
Oh, but I didn't
like
know that.
in Wycliffe. Yeah. Huh. Like in the shape of animals, you know, where it's like, it's really hard to fucking describe. Like if you were to find one of these mounds and then get into a helicopter and fly straight up, or Superman could take you. You take
whichever.
and then look down at the earth, you would see, oh, those mounds form a giant bird on the ground. That's what the ship looks like.
So you find your way to enter that, and it's actually a giant airship. Mm-hmm. And then you have we're going back, and you fly back, and Geshup has planted prism flowers that shoot you down, but you're back on the continent again.
Right.
And
your
then
home
now,
continent.
Yep. And you're going town by town trying to get back to Xeon. Mm-hmm. And that is when you get more recruits. The other side of the island you weren't in before, and because you hear Sheila talk about like, well, yes, I was married, but my husband was killed by the Red Baron. And you find out like that is Xeon's most recent recruit is this just madman covered in he's red because he's covered in the blood
of his enemies.
Yep.
Yeah. Which is they do a really good job of building him up.
And once you fight him, he's just this
oh my god
monster.
He is. I hated fighting him the second time. Mm-hmm. The first time it wasn't so bad, but he has an ability. He has a dark sword. And that when he uses the dark sword, there's a chance that it will instantly kill. It's a death spell, essentially, and it can instantly kill one of your characters. I was fortunate enough the first time I fought him that he used it on someone other than Bowie. Because when I saw him do it, I can't remember. It was like Jaha or something like that. When I saw him use it, I was like, Bowie, you're out of this battle.
Yep.
I'm sorry, man. You can stay back and maybe bolt if you want. You can cast bolt if you want. But other than that, you are not getting near the Red Baron.
Yep. Because it's a rough fight, but you kill him once you knock him out, and then like blinks his eyes. It's lemon.
Dun dun dun.
And then like he looks at himself and what he's done, and he just flees.
He says he's going to kill himself.
Yeah.
He is overcome with grief and guilt, and he says he's going to go kill himself. Which I thought was a dark move for a game that refuses to say damn and says darn instead. But we'll talk about suicide. No big deal.
But turns out...
he's a real Jesse Spanik.
Turns out he's not very successful at killing himself because he can't die. That thing that happened to him at the beginning of the game, he was turned into a vampire.
Turned him into a vampire. That's right. I do think it's great that he tries to kill himself in the most comical way. He is obsessed with jumping from heights.
Yep.
He has a sword. He could just try to stab himself, but he instead makes holes around the countryside because he's leaping from buildings and tall cliffs.
And I remember as a kid playing through this, and like I felt like I chased him forever because I was like, he has a portrait, he's important.
Yeah.
I have to be able to recruit Lemon. It was my obsession. And I was going town to town looking for him, trying to find him. Eventually, like I find him, and it feels like forever. The reality as compared to what I remember is totally different. Like I remember like as a kid, I was like, I remember encountering him like 4 or 5 times. I have to keep talking to him and pushing him before he finally joins you. No, that is not the case at all. You chase him down one time, and then he jumps into a hole, lives, and as you try to leave, he's like, let me join you. Let me
Right.
throw my life away at least for a good cause.
Right.
And then you have the option. You can say no, and he won't join you.
Lemon, shut it down. He really. I didn't know that if you said
Yep.
no.
If you say no, he won't join you until like the last 2 battles of the game.
Oh, okay, so
And
the
then
ending's still the same then. Okay.
Yeah, you just don't get to enjoy him. But
Right.
when he joins you, he still has the dark sword and shit like that he had when he was a bad guy.
Right.
But I think Lemon and Jaha, I think, are both badass. I use both of them.
I kept Jaha. I kept the original crew. I kept all of Astral's students.
Yep.
Throughout the whole game. We were like, you call us the Rat Pack of the Shining Force universe.
Call it the horse pack.
The Horse Pack. Yeah. We had a good, diverse crew. We had a human, Bowie. We had a dwarf, Jaha, who I didn't realize was a dwarf until like 2/3.
So he had big ears.
2/3. Yeah. I just thought he had big ears. He doesn't have a beard. He can't be a dwarf.
That's true. He doesn't.
I just thought he was a short dude with big ears. I'll be honest with you, when I found out that he was actually not a human, I felt a little betrayed because I was like, "Oh, I just thought he was a cute boy. I thought he was a cute little boy."
He's not a cute little. Fuck.
I'm done.
I'm done. If it wasn't for Twitch, I would have quit the game.
I am done with this beardless fuck. And then I kept Sarah the elf and Chester the centaur. That was our diverse group. That was our multicultural club. Astral's multicultural.
That was
club.
your community study group.
Can I throw some shade right now on Astral? This motherfucker's your mentor, your teacher. He is supposed to be super knowledgeable and powerful.
And he looks like a badass wizard. He does spells outside of battle that are strong.
Does not help you once in a battle.
Nope.
He's with you almost the entire time. Does not help one. Does not lift one goddamn finger.
Nope.
And I don't think it's because he's like, I think this is a good teaching moment. I think it's more of, I don't know. I don't think there is a good reason for it.
Because you see him exercise demons, throw fireballs. Like, he's good.
He's good.
I can understand, like, in the beginning of the game, like, all right, he's too powerful. He's your mentor. Don't have him join you. But, like, later on, like, he should
Make him
join you. Bring him in as a mage.
character. Yeah.
But they don't.
They don't. It's kind of disappointing.
Yep.
Every time I saw a character with a portrait, I assumed that I would be able to recruit them.
Yeah.
I was so disappointed that you do not get to recruit the princess because she has a portrait. And I was like, man, I'm going to get that princess at some point and she is going to make Xeon pay. No, turns out you don't get to recruit her. You get to smooch her at the end.
That's true, and it's very weird.
It is
Very,
very
very
weird. I'm
weird.
glad I'm not the only one.
The whole situation with the princess is
I
super
know.
weird.
Okay, we'll get into that. So Lemon joins you. The Red Baron joins you. And then essentially it's just an assault on Xeon's fortress.
Yep.
Right?
You can go now. You can use the mithril. You can get to the access to the Dwarven Village now.
Do you want to get on the mithril right now?
We may as well.
All right. So throughout the entire game, you're collecting these super obscurely hidden pieces of
Yeah,
mithril.
nonsensical places.
I mean, there are some that are just on the overworld map. There are some that are just hidden in pots, which that makes sense. But there are a lot of them that I never would have found in a million years if someone in chat hadn't told me, or if I wasn't loosely using a guide.
Yep.
So you're collecting all of these pieces of mithril to create these uber weapons near the end of the game. And we kind of talked about this on part 1. You told me that you had spent hours trying to get your perfect weapon.
5 hours trying to get one single weapon.
The geese arm.
Yep.
I got it on my first try.
Oh man. Because I did just save and reload for 4 or 5 hours.
I got it on my very first. I mean, it was like
I got frustrated and I was throwing 4 or 5 pieces of mithril at a time at it.
Okay, well, technically it wasn't my first try because here's what I did. I got to the dwarven blacksmith and he was like, "All right, how many pieces of mithril do you want to give me?" I gave him 3, and then he asked who they were for, and I said Slade. I came back and he's like, "Here's a piece of shit. Here's also some garbage," but he calls it great. No matter how garbage it is.
You want a katana?
Oh, look, it's great.
You want a critical sword? I'll make you a bunch of these.
Look what I made. Are you proud of me? So first one was garbage, second one was garbage, third one was the geese arm.
Damn.
Which is a fucking badass sword.
Absolutely. I don't regret spending those hours because I got my perfect record. I wanted that weapon. I got it.
Wait, what do you mean
it's
perfect
fucking
record?
awesome. All the best, no characters missed, all the best items, all that shit.
Okay,
So,
all the best weapons.
Yep.
Okay. I missed some pieces of Mithril, but I was still able to get all of the weapons that I was told were the best. Some people in Twitch chat were very helpful in like recommending, because it's like when you get a weapon, like I said, the blacksmith is always like, this is great. I mean, there's like no gauge of like how good it is other than like looking at the attack.
Yeah,
or anything
without
like
like a guide, you're just not knowing what if you're getting is good or not.
Right.
So
So I did pay a little bit for getting the geese arm on my first try, because it probably took me a total of like 3 hours to get the rest of the weapons.
that's still not bad.
God, though, like that is a long time.
Yep.
That is another point in the game where,
It's kind of a derailment. I would rather
Yeah.
there be a different way to obtain those items.
yeah, I agree. Like fighting something.
Yep.
Like an optional battle or something would be kind of cool.
Yeah.
But I did get all of my shit. Praise be to Evan. I finally got all my shit. And those weapons are crazy badass.
They make a big difference.
Crazy badass. The geese arm being, I think, probably the best weapon in the game.
Yep. It's the only thing, like, because you can use the dark sword to cast doom on somebody. It doesn't always work, but like the geese arm is not only very powerful, but also like has a higher proc rate for an instant kill effect.
Right. Which has the best translation ever. Like, say you're attacking a prism flower, and the geese arm decides to activate and auto kill the flower. It will say, prism flower was cut off. At least the animation is cool when it kills it. Because
Yeah, it's Odin.
Right, yeah.
Because I remember, for some reason, like, man, Slade was my white dragon killer toward the end of the game.
Yeah.
Because it's just like I would one-shot white dragons like almost every time with the geese arm.
Nothing's as satisfying as killing an enemy with full health by swinging the geese arm one time. Like, but more often than not, what would happen is, because I would keep Slade kind of in the back, because my Slade was he couldn't take many hits.
Yeah.
He could maybe take 3 hits and he was done. Which in those later battles, I mean, there's a lot of AoE. I mean, there's a lot of monsters with high movement that can come in and just essentially kill a character, like they killed my Bowie on the stairs.
Yep.
So usually by the time Slade got in and was able to hit, the enemy was almost dead. And I always felt like I was ripped off when he would the geese arm proc would kick in when he's attacking an enemy with like 15 hit points.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like, oh, cool.
You'd be dead anyway,
Yeah.
but okay.
So
But let's see, I got the geese arm for him. I got the Levanter the first try for Bowie.
what? Oh, okay. That's Bowie's sword.
Yep. And it's a badass like purple sword that when you use it, it does blaze 3. Like, it's a good weapon. It's just it was a waste of mithril pretty much, because I used it for 2 or 3 battles before I got the Force sword, which is the best weapon for him in the game.
Right. Bowie gets Force sword. What was the name of the sword that you made for him?
Levanter.
Levanter. Does it look just like the Force sword but purple?
It doesn't look like a lightsaber,
Because that's what the Force sword looks
yeah,
like.
it's
It
just-
looks like
it's a
Luke's lightsaber
Yep.
from Return of the Jedi.
if it were like a broadsword.
The reason I'm asking is because it's like, if it looked like the Force sword but it's purple, that's Mace Windu's.
It looks. I mean, it's similar. It's like the same. So it looks a little more like a normal sword, but it is like that vibrant purple. So that, and then I got 2 sets of giant knuckles for Sarah and Sheila. I got
picked those up.
the whatever shot for May.
Yeah, I can't remember what it's called.
Whatever.
Cannon, not cannon shot.
Yeah, but it's something like that.
Grand shot.
I got 2 ground axes for Lemon and Jaha.
Ground axe is great because it gives extra movement. And I love I cannot stand characters with low movement because they never get to do anything.
No, yeah, low agility and low movement. Like everyone else goes 3 times,
Yeah.
and they're still in the back. Yeah, it's garbage.
Yeah, it's the worst.
Remember, I got everything else I wanted. I got some sort of staff for Freya that replenished MP every round.
Mystery staff.
Yeah.
I got that as well. That took me forever.
Yep.
But I called him Freyja
Freya.
because it's Frayja. I don't know how to pronounce any of these fucking names, but it was fun for me to call him Freyja because I got to sound like
Niles.
Right. Yeah, exactly. I got to sound like a Jewish mother watching Frasier.
Let's see. And then you're basically just building up your forces to go. Yeah, you make your assault on. Basically, the game ends where it started. The very first place you battled is also the very last place you battle.
Right, where the devils were sealed away. The containment unit.
Yep.
in the fire station, but it's not a fire station.
Because at one point you have to go and find Creed, because Creed, he has the knowledge of the devils, he can help you find.
And he's waiting for you with arms wide open.
Yeah. He has this giant Baroque mansion where you go and you basically have to break in because he won't see you, and he keeps a collection of tiny people. And I think one of the harder battles in the game is...
creepy. He's a sex trader.
Yep. Where the chess battle, I thought, was very difficult.
I think that's the first difficult battle in the game.
Yeah.
Like the first really difficult battle.
Yeah.
I got through it by luck. Oh, I didn't tell you my strategy. How I got through like almost every battle in the game.
Yeah.
Tyler, you've played a game called Final Fantasy XI, have you not? Where a lot of that game is forming parties to grind experience by fighting one monster at a time, right? Where you send one guy out, attacks a monster, and then runs back to the party.
Yep.
That's essentially how I played Shining Force 2. Because it's like, I would get into trouble if I rushed up with everybody.
Yeah.
Because then enemies just start swarming.
Yep.
So like my whole strategy, the entire fucking game is like, how do I only fight one enemy at a time and essentially just gang up on that one enemy? When it works, it's great. When it doesn't, then I actually have to start thinking.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, more often than not, I had to think because it doesn't go off without a hitch every time. Oh, I think it's kind of funny because like monsters will just kind of wander aimlessly. Unless you're like
2 or 3
within their
squares at a
range,
time. Boom,
right?
and they're immediately on you.
Beeline, and it's like it's never a question of whether or not they have aggroed. It's always like, oh yeah, they got me. They're on me because it is just straight up like that happened to me with Odd Eye. It was like I'm trying to like clear out all of the trash before Odd Eye, and it's like all of a sudden Odd Eye just zooms straight forward. And starts wrecking shop.
Yeah, because then you get a message saying that like Adler just suddenly went nuts in Creed's mansion and knocked everyone out and fled. Yeah.
The mayor did try to warn you when you leave. He's like, that boy is possessed. And you just kind of hand wave him. You're like, whatever, werewolf mayor.
Yeah, so then whenever it's a sad moment when you have to fight Odd Eye because he's like, I still remember everything I've been through with you.
Man,
you're a good person.
I must be the only person in the world because like I did not give a shit when they're like, oh, poor Adler. I'm like, this guy's a devil. Fucking kill him. He is a devil.
Yeah.
Don't let him die with dignity. This is a devil. He's got to be like sundered from this earth. Like scatter this motherfucker across the 4 corners of the world. I just didn't have a connection with him.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know. I didn't have a connection at all with Adler. And I think, honestly, it was because I knew from the very beginning that Adler was not who he appeared to be.
Yeah.
And granted, I know he wasn't pretending when he was Adler. I'm assuming that, and I may have missed this, was Adler possessed? Was that the kind of thing? Or was he just amnesiac?
I think he just had amnesia.
Yeah. See, I cannot get behind him because it's like, motherfucker, you traveled with us, but yet still you're loyal to Xeon.
Yeah, because I wonder if it's a case of like, because he looks human. He's the only human looking one out of everyone.
Right.
All the devils. So I don't know if he's just someone who sold his soul to Xeon. So like he's bound. Not shit I can do, man.
Yeah. Yeah. I didn't get choked up when he died.
So.
I was the one who was like, throw him to the lions. Destroy this devil. Yeah. Let's bury him up to his neck. And then go through with a rotary blade.
It's a cool battle when you fight him and like this, he conjures up these glass tiles over lava that will randomly fall as you walk through it to get to him.
Yeah, this game is beautiful.
Yeah.
I said it on part 1. The game is beautiful. The sound is amazing. The music is wonderful. Truly the amount of polish that's put in this game is astounding for a tactical RPG from 1992.
Yeah. So you get back to the summoning chamber and King Galam is there waiting for you.
Right.
Tells you he's taking the gem back.
And he is 100% possessed.
Yep.
There is no Dana. There is only Zool. I mean, he is way gone.
It's a rough battle when you fight him. I like whenever you kill him, he's just astonished because like no one's beaten me but the gods.
Right.
So I mean they do a good job of building up how powerful everyone is, including every god and things like that. So once you kill him and then like door slides open and you see fucking jacked Xeon just he's able to get through just enough, and then he summons the most difficult monsters in the game, and you're trapped in the middle, surrounded.
This is the point where all of the animal sacrifices that I made really paid off because I had the best luck with RNG in that last battle. That battle was a breeze, man.
Oh, damn.
And I found there are more prism flowers in this fight, but they're called Xeon guards. Essentially, they're flowers that will shoot a laser beam that will hit any enemy that's in its path.
Yep.
They happen to line up. 3 enemies happen to line up between the Xeon guard and my characters. And every round, I just kept Peter there. Peter did nothing for a while but stay there so that the flower would fire lasers.
Yep.
And the laser killed 3 of the enemies. Because it not only hit Peter, but it hit those 3 as well. And Peter was all loaded up with healing drops.
Hit
So
points
just like,
and shit,
bloop, healing drops, back to full.
Because flyers and floaters are super important in the last battle.
Yeah, yeah.
Because Xeon is so big and his area effect is massive.
Right.
So you can only send one person at a time up
For melee.
to hit him, pretty much. Or except if you have a flyer or floater that can get to the side or behind him.
Or this is another reason I love the Centaur, the horse boys and girls, is because all of them have range.
Oh yeah,
Because they can throw javelins, and May can shoot them at range with a crossbow. Xeon was a very easy fight for me, but I was really scared because you know how earlier I was saying a yellow health bar goes up to 100, and then it becomes green up to like 200, and then it becomes blue, I assume, up to 300.
Yeah, probably.
Xeon's health bar.
Full black.
And it's like I had never seen a black
He's the
health
only
bar in
one.
this game.
Yep.
So in the first time I attacked him, that motherfucker didn't budge, man. And it was like, oh my God, this King of the Devils has I'm not hurting him. I was really worried that I wasn't affecting him. There is a fight earlier on in the game. You fight a giant statue called Taros. Who can only be hurt by a sword called the Achilles sword. I thought I was in another situation like that. I was like, oh my God, I'm not going to I've killed everything on this map but Xeon, and I'm not going to be able to kill him because I don't have the weapon that I need.
Yeah.
Turns out, no, he just has that many hit points that it was barely registering every time I hit. So many goddamn hit points.
Yeah.
And his AoE it's nasty.
His demon breath level 2, and then he gets, because he can't move, but to compensate, he has 2 attacks around.
Right.
And oftentimes he attacks twice. And yeah, it was nasty for me. I think it took me 2 tries.
Freyja with his Aura 3, however, which is an AoE heal.
Did you get it? Did you level him up enough to get the attack spell?
No.
That's his 4th spell. It's a huge offensive boost.
Oh, no. I was using Karna's boost. The Master Monk ability. Another Final Fantasy 11. I was just like, yeah, every time she'd use it, I would picture the earth shattering and floating up. Yeah. So I was using boost a lot, and then I was using at the very end, I had a lot of help playing this game through Twitch chat. I want to give a shout out. I know I did on part 1, but I need to thank 3 people specifically. Cirrus AF, Killiany, and Kefka Time. I love the username Kefka Time. I love it. I fucking love it. As a Final Fantasy VI lover, anybody named Kefka Time is okay with me. They were giving me tips. And at the very end, actually this was in the special battle, which I'd also like to talk about. Cirrus told me, hey, you know that ring you've never used? I can't remember the name of it. It's like Boost Ring or something like that. It's a ring that essentially you can use, and it boosts the attack power of a character. He was like, use that on Peter and then attack. So I did. I used the ring on Peter, and it's like Peter is attacking Xeon, the fucking final boss, and it's like, boom, 96 points of damage, which is massive for Shining Force 2.
Freyja gets that as a spell. That's it.
Yep. Okay. I mean, it was fucking crazy, dude, because 96 essentially is almost a full color of a health bar.
That's a huge, because I ended up using it because I had that spell that I had him use it on Boy and on Peter, and I just sent them both up there and just chop away.
And then fucking Kazan is a glass cannon to
Yeah.
use a Josh Nance of Universe's favorite term. He's a sorcerer, which is essentially a summoner in the Final Fantasy series. When he got Neptune 2, that fucking summon was doing like 70 to 80 points of damage a pop.
I hear Atlas 2 is supposed to be super powerful.
I hear that as well, but you have to be like, what, level 40 before you get it? No, I'm not doing that.
Yep. Nope. I think I was level 25 to 28.
Okay, that's about where I was too.
Yeah. Except for Frasier, I think it was like 29 or 30.
I would have loved to have gotten Frasier up higher level than he was. Dude, I did not like him at first. I loved his portrait because he is the ugliest person that you can have in your party. He's like probably, I mean, he's like this middle-aged man who's got like the Friar Tuck haircut, a bulbous nose. He is the angriest of, he's no offense to, all respect to the dead Walter Matthau, but he's essentially, if I were to cast someone to play Frasier, it'd be Walter Matthau.
Because I think the hint for me, because Astral tells you like, no, we need him. He will be a lot of help. It's like, okay, well, this is the only person that you've given me a recommendation for.
I didn't even notice that.
Oh, yeah.
Interesting. He's a badass.
Yep.
I loved him. I had a real issue trying to figure out if I wanted to have the 3 master monks, because I had Sheila, Karna, and Sarah. I was like, do I want all 3 of those, or do I want to give up one for Frasier? Yeah. And I ended up giving up Sheila for Frasier. And I'm glad that I did, because I did not like him at first because his heals are weak. Aura 1 is kind of garbage. But yeah, once
Aura 2 and 3.
Aura 2 and 3 are amazing.
Yep.
Yeah.
Because that was the May in Shining Force Sword of Haja is the equivalent. Then once she's the first one to get the Aura spell, and I was like, holy shit.
Yeah.
So yeah, once you get Aura, like that's your game changer. I feel like in any Shining Force. Let's see.
So you beat Xeon.
Yep.
Kind of. You weaken him.
Yeah.
You weaken him, and then all of a sudden, King Gallum comes to.
Yeah, he wakes up like, oh, Xeon's gone. Oh. It's broken. Whoa. I'm good.
Oh, and he's dying.
Yeah.
And he says, the princess is there, and you've revived her. And he says, daughter, let me see. Come closer. Let me see your face. I'm dying, essentially. She does, and he grabs her.
Yep. He gets evil Gallum face.
Right. And then he starts backing
and he turns
away.
into Xeon's face or whatever, yeah.
And he's like, Bowie, give me that fucking stone. He doesn't say that.
Yeah.
At some point, he does say darn, which I laughed. I was like, you're the king of goddamn devils, and you can't say damn. But whatever, it's fine. You're a badass. We get it. You've transcended vulgar language. So
I don't have to be foul to get my point across.
Right, exactly.
You're afraid of me.
I have a vocabulary. I'm very smart. So, which I did say vocabulary.
You better say Volcanon and then went vocabulary.
Well, I was actually thinking I was going more like lady parts. I know all the lady parts. I have a very wide vocabulary.
My vocabulary is great.
Vulvocabulary.com. I'm going to register it right now. Vulvapedia. So damn it, we can't spend, don't even try those sites. They're not going to work. So Peter and Bowie have this discussion. They decide to give him the stone.
Yep.
They decide to do it to save the princess. They do it. The king is like, you dumb motherfuckers, but he doesn't say that. I fooled you. I'm going to...
You're a king who looks like Santa Claus.
Yeah, a drunk Santa Claus. A very, very drunk, confused Santa Claus. Like, he is on the brink of like, I mean, this would be pretty easy to usurp this throne.
Yeah, I mean, he's fucking dumb. Your king is dumb.
Super dumb. Even at the beginning of the game, he's like, oh, what's going on out there? He is essentially one of the kings from Super Mario Brothers 3 who has been turned into a dog.
Yeah.
So shit goes down, and Lemon's like, "This is my moment," and Lemon rushes up there to make things right, and King Gallum just flame strikes his ass. I mean, just sets his ass on fire. And
special fire meant to hurt vampires.
Exactly. I thought that was funny too. Oh, can we talk about more Deus Ex Monica? Monica from Friends.
Deus Ex Monica. It's the final Monica.
What's wrong with me? I can't talk. Hi, I'm Dave. I co-host the podcast.
The Deus Ex Monica. That's when Courtney Cox makes an appearance in any movie.
I have a very elaborate vocabulary. I have studied all of Courtney Cox's crotch shots, and I can give you dimensions. I can give you temperature. I can give you how do you measure dampness?
The sexiest level of moisture.
The bounty test. I can give you a bounty test. The quicker picker upper.
But it's very different between Friends and Cougar Town. The dimensions are totally different.
I haven't. Oh yeah.
Cougar Town, I think, was a great show, but man, the amount of plastic surgery she starts having in Cougar Town, like,
really,
oh man, man,
is she all plumped up?
Yeah.
That's a shame.
Certainly looks cat-like. Like it's not good. It's not good.
Brief tangent. Mm-hmm. We may have talked about this on the show before. Tangent number one. Mm-hmm. The reason I can't talk is because I have been drinking. Okay, so now we've covered that. Tangent number two. When Friends first came out, I was all about Courtney Cox. I was all about Monica. I was like, man, what a great looking woman. Mm-hmm. And then Jennifer Aniston stopped wearing a bra. And I was like, oh, wow, look at her. Never in my life was I like Lisa Kudrow. But now, in my 30s, I'm like, Lisa Kudrow is the one. Phoebe's the one.
Is Friends like a weird, like what the quote about Don Quixote is, like you read it at each stage of life and it means something different to you. As a boy, it's something different. As a teen, it's something different. As a man, it's something different. So in Friends, a boy likes Monica, a teenager likes Rachel, and a man likes Phoebe.
I think that's exactly it. But my point is Phoebe all the way. 100%.
Yeah.
100%. And it's even weird now because like I remember being like in middle school and being like, that Phoebe doesn't have her shit together. And like now, like as a 35-year-old man, I'm like, she looks fucking fun as shit.
What, she chained Mike up in her basement? Okay, yeah, Phoebe.
Right, I'm in.
Phoebe.
Yeah.
It's fine. What, Rachel, you like toes? No, okay, no, Phoebe. Phoebe's good.
So I can't remember exactly how I got there because I said Monica instead
Deus
of
Ex Monica.
Deus Ex Machina. There's another point in the game. I can't believe we haven't talked about this. I can't remember exactly when it happens, but it's like things are like you're in a dire circumstance. Things are about to go horribly, horribly bad. Mm-hmm. And you've been essentially defeated, and an enemy is about to get away with whatever nefarious deed they're trying to do. And this is kind of earlier on in the game, so I apologize. I can't remember the exact situation. There is a point where Astral says, out of the blue, Bowie, you're good at acrobatics. And I'm like, wait, what? He is? But this has never been mentioned before, ever. And they're like, Astral's like, you throw Bowie at the enemy. Really? Are we really going to have a cannonball special here? And yeah, our fastball special. And then sure enough, they launch Bowie across the screen, who does a flip. And saves the day.
Yep.
And then never once again is it mentioned. Never before and never again do they talk about Bowie's acrobatics. Like
we can't throw the horse. And
well, Sarah's a girl. We can't throw her.
Sarah's a girl. She's just a healer at this point. She doesn't have the magic ball yet.
Right. So. This is the 90s, so we don't actually have to treat her equally. We could say something about we can't throw her because boobs or something like that. We're not strong enough.
We might want to fuck her later, we're not going to do anything to her. We can't throw a horse, so yep. Guess who that is?
A boy wants to fuck Sarah. A teenager wants to fuck Zeke. A man wants to fuck Chester. The horse boy. I would have given anything for in this tense moment where King Gollum is possessed by the king of fucking devils and he's blasting Lemon with fire that can hurt vampires. I would have given anything for Astral to be like, Bowie, you're good at acrobatics. And like that's how the game ends. They fucking throw Bowie.
Or I want to see like the king or Xeon sidesteps and Bowie just goes into the
void. Which I assume leads to hell, the Phantom Zone?
It's whatever dimension Xeon was sealed to. Yeah, because as because he's got the princess, he's got both the gems, and
Shit's bad.
He's saying like, oh, his power's coming back. Like
Right.
every round, his power is like doubling.
Right. Lemon's burning in vampire killing flame. Bowie rushes up. What do the five fingers say to the face? Slap. He slaps the fucking gem out of King Gallum's hand.
Yep.
And he's like, I guess he's not too worried about it. He's like, whatever.
I'm already powerful enough to fuck all you guys
Right, exactly.
up. Yep.
And then it starts sparkling.
Yep.
And then the other gem starts sparkling. And the light gem puts out the fire on Lemon.
Mm-hmm.
And Lemon rushes forth. And the king sets him on vampire killing fire again. The gem shines again and gets rid of the flame on Lemon again. Which I love this part of the game as contrived as it can be. I love this moment in the story because it's like, motherfucking Xeon, you made Lemon unkillable. You made Lemon immortal.
Yep.
If you hadn't done that, you could have just killed him instead of just burning him and keeping him kind of at bay with the fire. But because you turned him into a vampire and this gem is getting rid of the fire, he's going to fuck your shit up, which is exactly what he does.
Because I like that, he's set on fire and he doesn't stop. He just keeps coming. You push him back, fire goes away. He doesn't like question it.
No.
He just immediately charges again.
Right.
Fire, charges again, fire, and it happens multiple times.
Can I tell you what this was happening? Let me tell you the soundtrack that was going in my mind. The Naruto, ding 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 ding. It's like, I swear, I was like, Lemon's like Naruto. He's just like, you fucking knock him down. He's like, I'm on fire, motherfucker, but I'm gonna get you.
Because it keeps happening until the fire's out and Lemon's able to grab him.
Just drags him to the fucking Phantom Zone. That's essentially what he does.
Yep.
Not before possessed.
It doesn't throw him in.
No, drags him in with him.
Yep. Because that's Lemon's penance. Plus, like, I feel like Bravely Default lifted a little bit from Shining Force 2 because the good ending in Bravely Default is
spoilers.
Spoilers. The vampire in that game spends his eternity sealing away the evil in Bravely Default.
Right.
Lemon does the same thing. Lemon's going to go in there with him and make sure he doesn't come back. So
I love it. Lemon has, I think, the best story arc in the game.
Yep. That's what Lemon is a frequent I threw Lemon into my D&D games.
Yeah,
I fucking love Lemon. So
which was extra special for me because my characters have encountered Lemon in your games before.
He is a constant in most of my games.
And I thought it was really cool because I was like, oh, I get to meet the inspiration for this NPC that I've interacted with in the past.
He's always like a good NPC to have. He played more in the dwarf game than he has any other game. I
have found you just gave me an idea. Stay tuned for the next Call of Cthulhu episode. I'm going to use the Captain Crunch whistle. I'm going to call Lemon.
Okay. All right.
I've solved this shit.
You call your dad.
Right.
Lemon Dog.
Lemon Dog. Chili Dog hates doing it. But he's like, I just saw a fucking Rottweiler turn into a spider. I got to call my dad, Lemon Dog. Lemon Dog, you remember when I left Oklahoma? I'm sorry about that, but I need your help right now. Can you use your badass vampire powers to kill a serial killer?
You're unkillable, so you're theoretically the same Lemon from D&D into this game.
Look, I need you to carry the son of Sam into hell for me. Can you do that?
Because because when the princess wakes up, what I'm glad the game acknowledges it because like you as the player and the characters, you've been thinking about the princess this whole time,
right?
But like you never really knew the princess because she's the princess. Mm-hmm. So when she wakes up, she's like, "Who are you? Who the fuck are you?" I don't know you.
Which it takes her 2 years to wake up because that's the last thing.
She's poisoned.
That's the last thing essentially that Xeon does is poison her. Mm-hmm. And I love
Matula like stops it.
Right, because Matula shows up. What she says is, she's poisoned. I don't know how long it'll last. She's only in a coma. She's not dead. I don't know how long it'll last. But you'll know she'll need a kiss to be awakened when her face turns pink. Which at this point, it's like, well, we just had a really cool moment with Lemon. And then it's just like, oh, so she's Sleeping Beauty.
So how can she be awakened? Rape.
Right. Are you guys familiar with Dr. Huxtable?
It's like a sweet rape, but Yeah, she has to be Cosby'd. She will wake up once her true love has Cosby'd her.
When you say sweet rape, what I hear is when
Our band name? Yeah.
no, that's Come Blind Fuck Slave. Come on.
You're right.
When
That's our first album, Sweet Rape.
Oh man, we're horrible. I was thinking what happens is when someone kisses her to wake her up, like someone's like peering through the doorway and they're like, "Sweet rape." Like they're rubbing their hands together.
Touch her tits before you kiss her, man. Come on.
Have you seen License to Drive? Just take photographs of her while she's in the back seat. It's fine.
Oh man.
Hey,
Wow.
that was a thing that everyone was cool with in the 80s, apparently.
Yeah.
I watched that movie on Netflix like maybe a year ago, and I was like, oh, that's horrible. I saw this movie as a child. I can't believe that I witnessed the sexual assault when I was 9 years old.
Well, because I heard at Kenneth's birthday, Good Time Gatsby was talking like, I remember, when I was young, I loved Who Framed Roger Rabbit, so I sat down and watched it with my kids. I turned it off about 30 minutes in. That movie is not what I remembered. How was I allowed to watch it?
Yeah, that's where I remember being amazed that a cartoon character said a swear word with the gorilla bouncer.
Yeah. Curse More Than Shining Force 2.
So the princess, 2 years later, her face turns pink.
Yep.
Everything is like back in Grand Seal has been rebuilt.
Yep.
Essentially, you wake up in the bed that you woke. Bowie wakes up in the bed that he woke up in the very beginning of the game, and you kind of get to explore the town a little bit. You can go to the school. Astral's there, and all your classmates, all your school chums are there. And then they once you go to the castle. And when you go to the castle, all of your other companions are there. I guess they've just chilled there for 2 years.
Zeke's like, I literally have nowhere else to go.
Right?
Claude and I both. Claude, Kiwi, we're monsters. We have nowhere to go.
Can you promise us that you won't kill us when this is all over?
You're done leveling up. The enemies are gone. You don't need to kill us.
I've seen you murder humans, so we just want to check. We know you were sad about it after you did it, but still. And they inform you that the princess's face has turned pink and that someone needs to kiss her.
Yep.
They need to decide who kisses the princess.
Boy argument.
Oh, yeah. Who could this be? Jaha wants to kiss her. And this is where the game takes a weird racist turn. Because it was like, I was playing this and I was like, is this a message? Like, is this a weird message? Because they start getting into, oh, well, you can't kiss the princess because you're a horse boy. Or you can't kiss the princess because you're a dwarf. A human has to kiss her because she's a human.
Yeah.
And it's like, wait a minute. What is this? What is this about?
What are you saying, Sir Astral? We have to keep the bloodline pure.
Right, yeah, it's like, what? Oh, so wait. We send the blonde boy up to kiss the blonde girl? It looked like a goddamn, it looked like Game of Thrones up there is what it looked like. Just Lannister on Lannister action up in the bedroom when he finally goes up to kiss her. And then there's
and Sarah's super upset.
Sarah is upset because she has a crush on Bowie, it is revealed. Jaha's upset because he had a crush on the princess, who he doesn't know. He gets over it real fucking fast, too. And then there's a little argument over who's going to go console Sarah. Because Chester wants to do it, but then Kazan does as well. And Kazan gives Chester this little bit where he's like, kind of like, you wouldn't understand. I'm assuming because Chester is a centaur, not an elf, like Kazan and Sarah are. Like, it just takes this weird turn. Like, seriously, it was just like, what is the fucking message here? I don't think that I like this a whole lot.
The creator's like, oh, man, we need to do dating, but like, I've thrown a lot of centaurs into this game, and we can't have people fucking horses. We just can't.
Hey, Bill, do children know how big horse cocks are? They might. Okay, then I guess these horses can't be getting with human girls,
it'd be
right?
uncomfortable. Yeah.
All right. Okay. All right. What about elves?
Do we put a special building like in the towns for horses to fuck humans? Like you see like special stable restraints?
Oh. Well, Sarah's misbehaved. Send her to the equinarium.
Here's have him put on his cock limiter.
So it is decided that Bowie goes up to kiss the princess. Ellis or Elise?
Yeah, I think Ellis is how I said it. Yeah.
And he does, and there's a freeze frame of them kissing for an uncomfortable amount of time. Also, this was, I found this little secret out through chat. Did you know that before you kiss her, that you can check her dresser?
No.
In her dresser, in her far left dresser, you find a scrap of silk that Bowie gets embarrassed about.
Her panties.
Those would be her panties. What is up with Sega and like putting this shit in? Because remember in Phantasy Star 4?
That's her promotional item. When she'll turn
right? Someone please hack the game where
where you can recruit her, yeah.
Give her the panties. And she goes from princess to queen. And then you kiss her and the end. Or is it? Mm-hmm. Something we haven't talked about is every time you start the game, every time you continue it, you are greeted by a witch who is stirring a cauldron, and she's breaking the fourth wall talking to you, the player.
Yeah.
And she says, "Oh, I recognize you. You're here to continue your journey, blah, 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 blah." And every time you start the game, you see this witch. So after Bowie kisses the princess, the witch appears again and transforms into Matula and says, "Thank you. You've freed me." I don't know why she had to trick. I don't know why in the very beginning she couldn't be like, "Look, dog, I am Matula, but I'm a witch now, and I need you to play.
You need to read this book
Right.
to me in its entirety." And then I can go away.
And then I become a beautiful woman again and disappear. Also, what I'm going to do is, if you're cool with it, you remember in that story, these two gems were super important? I'm just going to leave them on the ground right here. I'm just going to leave them on the ground because that's how the game ends. It's the two gems just lying on the ground.
Just see what happens. See what happens.
It's no big deal.
Vulcan and I are bored. So here are these gems. Yeah, because, she takes the gems at the end of the game and disappears. Or whatever she...
Oh, right.
Living a sealed away,
right,
she takes them and goes away.
Because she says she needs them to seal the devils away again. Which is why it's so disconcerting at the end of the game. They're just lying there on the ground. Like someone just dropped a box of pizza and was just like, "Oh, well, that pizza's no good anymore." And just like went on home. Like that's what Matula does. She's just like, "Oh, I dropped the gems. Oh, well."
Because the thing about Ellis, I remember like a moment where everybody is like, "Well, they should get married." Ellis still does not know who you are.
No.
At all.
No.
And suddenly she wakes up, she sees you, she passes back out, she wakes up again to you kissing her. Everybody says that she has to I don't know this man. He worked for you, so you have to marry him.
I'm so sorry.
He gets to fuck you. He killed a devil god.
That's his privilege as a man who rescued you.
Yep.
I'm sorry.
To do what he wants.
You don't disagree? We'll talk to this old man wizard.
If you don't want this one, we have a horse boy and a dwarf. So I think you're going to want to go with Aryan Prince over here.
I think our point is the end of this game has a lot of weird messages.
Yep. Pretty solid to the end. And it's like they were out of time.
They were like, "Yo, did you forget this was the 90s? We're going to remind you."
Oh, man.
And then,
yep.
So it says the end, and the gems are sitting there. Wait a couple of minutes, and then a message appears that says something along the lines of, "And there's more?" And there's a question mark. And when you press a button, you are taken to a special battle.
I did not know about
this. Man.
Did not know about this.
Well, you should. You just recently played it. I recommend that you do this battle. Okay. Here's what it is. So you open it is a battle where all of the enemies are every boss from the game. So instead of it being regular enemies, you fight Gizmo, the Mist Demon. You fight Willard, the Rat. You fight the Prism Flowers. You fight Odd-Eye. You fight Gesp. You fight Camila, Zalbard. You fight Xeon. And anybody else who I'm forgetting. Red Baron, which is a nightmare in this battle. You fight all of them essentially at once.
Damn.
And then the really cool part is the map is shaped like Sonic the Hedgehog.
Okay.
The battle doesn't matter at all. It's just for fun. There's no story element to it at all. It is just 100% for fun, and it is hard. I did complete it, but with only 5 people left.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, it was difficult. Surprisingly, Xeon I thought was the easiest to kill because unlike when you fight him for real in the story, this time you can attack him from the left, the right, and the front. So there's more space around him, so you can surround him and just beat the fuck out of him, and he still doesn't move.
Yeah.
But the Red Baron, he like claimed the lives of 3 of my party members, and it was just
using
like
the dark sword.
Yes, using the dark. He attacked 4 times, I think. 3 of those times were dark sword. He got, and like my heart broke when he got Sarah, because Sarah was like one of my most powerful characters.
Yeah.
And it's like just
man.
boom, goodbye healer. And then Karna had died as well. I got through that with just Frasier.
Damn.
I recommend, it's fun.
Yeah,
I
I'll do that.
I recommend
that.
that you do it because you got it for 100% completion, right?
Yeah, that's true. I need to go back and do that other battle too. That's by the Elven Town.
I heard about that. I didn't do that.
I went in and got fucking wiped out.
Really? It's tough.
Because I walked in about the same time like that I was at that point in the game.
Which is early.
And they were like 80 points of damage.
Oh,
so,
shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's no good. That's how I was when I fought the Kraken.
But I know you get an item that mass heals your whole party.
That's cool. Is it a healing rain?
Healing rain, and then is there one for MP2? There's something special there.
Healing rain I found out from Cirrus in Twitch chat at I think level 40 or somewhere in the 30s. I can't remember. Sorry, but Frasier gets healing rain as a spell, where it's just like everybody on the map full.
That must be Aura 4 then.
It is. Yeah, I think it is Aura 4, and it costs 20 MP. It's a fucking steal.
Damn.
So I loved this game.
I'm very, very glad to hear
I loved it. I do feel like, I'm not gonna lie, 50 hours in, I was ready to finish it. But I did love it still. And I do honestly think that if I didn't have to play different games for the show, that I would probably play Shining Force 2 again soon.
So I love that. I'm so glad. So glad.
It was fun. And part of me regrets not having played it earlier, but honestly, talking to you about it now as an adult with the emotion that I have, with the passion that I have for this game is really cool. Because that is not a feeling that I get often as a 35-year-old dude.
Yeah. Well, you had a bold statement the other day.
I did, which I'm afraid to say because I know this is blasphemy, but
I don't think it's blasphemy. I back you on it.
I'm going to go ahead and say it. People aren't going to like it. Are you ready?
Yep.
I think Shining Force 2 is better than Final Fantasy 4.
Eat it, Matt Barker. Fucking eat it. Fucking cut that up and eat it.
I am not saying it to be. I'm not saying it to be a contrarian. It's just, I don't think it's a better story.
Oh, it's not a better story, but it's more fun to play.
But I do think it's more fun to play, and
Yeah.
I think it has more weight than Final Fantasy IV has. Everybody spoilers for Final Fantasy IV, everybody coming back to life at the end of Final Fantasy IV straight up cuts any weight that game built. It does. It just destroys it.
Yep.
Nothing matters anymore.
It's like at the end of Shining Force 2, if like while you were all sitting in that throne room, if like the throne shook and then moved to the side and like Lemon crawled out. That's like, man, found my way out. Woo.
Lemon crawls out. He's like, oh, man, I just had this crazy dream. And then it cuts. The end. Yeah, I do. I had more fun with Shining Force 2 playing it for the first time than I did replaying Final Fantasy 4 /2 for our show. I did. I think it's a really, really solid game. And even though I don't think the story is as good, the dialogue in this game is really good.
And the amount of polish on it, like it looks better in every way.
Characters interact a lot, frequently, and you kind of get to see the personality of characters, which I don't feel like you really got to see a lot in other RPGs that came out in 1992.
Yeah.
I really do think that this game did a lot of really, really cool stuff that was cool then and still holds up today.
They did a lot with a little.
Yeah, I agree.
You have any achievements?
I do. I have a couple achievements. I know we're going kind of long.
It's fine.
But here we go.
We both love this game.
Yes. So we deserve it. Go easy on us. Even though I just blasphemed all over. all up in your ears. Here's my first achievement. Credit Time Lord Josh Edwards. Zinc to the past. Zinc being the robot from the past. In order to unlock Zinc to the past, you need to beat the special battle on the Sonic the Hedgehog map with Zinc in your party.
Okay.
It also helps if you're eating a chili dog at the time. My second achievement. Oh, for God's sake, Niles. In order to unlock, oh, for God's sake, Niles, you need to win a battle with only Frasier standing at the end.
It's text not bad. You can do that.
You can also unlock that by when you get Kiwi, you name him Niles.
Pretty good. Yep.
My third achievement is credit goes to Kyle. We can be heroes forever and ever. In order to unlock We Can Be Heroes Forever and Ever, you can either promote Bowie from Swordsman to the hero class, or you can play David Bowie's heroes at any point in time while you have not renamed the hero who is Bowie.
Yeah.
My fourth and final achievement is Sick Burn Jaha. And in order to unlock Sick Burn Jaha, you need to promote Jaha to the class Burn, which is Baron. It's BRN.
Yeah, some of the abbreviations are pretty...
They're horrible. Yeah. Most of the abbreviations, except for hero, are pretty...
Yeah.
They're like a second language.
Let's see, because I've got 5.
Nice. Lay 'em on me.
My first one, it brought the pilgrims, and you unlock that by using May to kill a prism flower.
Nice. Nice.
The other one is revenge. Now let's never mention this again. And you unlock that by killing the Red Baron with Sheila. Because she says the Red Baron killed her husband. She's going to kill him. But it's never addressed at any point. Like I made sure I did. I had Sheila go up to the killing blow.
Yeah.
Lemon joins your party. Everything's cool. Nothing ever is mentioned again.
Chester got the killing blow on Xeon for me, which I just thought was kind of funny, especially at the end where Chester's like, "Oh, I should kiss her."
I killed the devil god.
Oh no, I'm so sorry. You're a horse boy. You belong in the equinarium.
You can horse charge a god and kill it, but you can't.
No,
kiss
I'm sorry.
Human. That's not right.
You don't want to give up all your sweet stretching duties in the equinarium, do you? Look, if you marry the princess, you can't do that.
Bring me all the tight ones for Chester for Chester to stretch them.
Astral, bring
Chester
them to
the
me.
stretcher.
Oh no.
Geese arm, geese fuck you, and that is you unlock that when the geese arm insta kills an enemy.
Geese arm, more like jizz arm. Am I right?
And you come on player 2's arm.
Oh.
Yes,
I
go
got
ahead.
an achievement.
Go ahead.
It is called Jizz Arm, and in order to unlock Jizz Arm, you have to find Claude's arm,
Nice.
which I'm sure is the one that he uses to jerk it. So right,
Yep. That's why he's mad. Just
right.
sitting in that.
We didn't even talk about that.
interdimension.
That's how you get Claude the Golem, by bringing him his arm.
Yep. It's super weird.
It's
because
super
you
hard
have
to pick up.
Yep. You have to click on it, and the way you haven't done anything for the whole game.
You can't use the shortcut to pick
Yep.
it up. You have to go into the menu and select search
Just
to pick it up.
really weird, but
It's
yeah,
dumb.
you pick it up, then the little like interdimension gateway thing that you can travel back and forth through the continents. Yeah, he's just like, I'm stuck here until I find my arm.
My least favorite thing about Claude is his overworld sprite has a butt crack. Like that was, it has, not only does it have a butt crack, it has a roll of back fat. And it's like, homie, you're a golem. Someone built you this way.
Yeah, somebody's just a jerk.
Yeah, someone made a decision where it's like, Frank, should I put a butt crack on this thing?
They call me fat.
Right.
Well, fine. I will build a fatter man so that I am the second fattest man.
I will build the fattest butler in existence.
I am not the fattest boy, mother. I will build you the fattest boy.
I will name him Mr. Belvedere.
Let's see, and
Claude
then
Belvedere.
and we break this in honor of Breath of the Wild, and that is you get that when you break 5 items.
Ooh, right.
And
we didn't talk about breaking items.
Yep, special items that you can use that have spell effects. You can use them like once or twice where they get cracks. Use them one more time, they break, they're gone. That's it.
You can repair them when they're cracked.
Yep.
I hear.
Yeah,
I only used one of those items at the very end because I hoard.
I did a few times. And the last one, so fucking metal. And you unlock
Recruit Kyle
that.
Blackthorn.
Find and equip all the cursed weapons.
Nice. Yeah, we didn't talk about the cursed weapons either.
Yep.
Because they're
Because like
kind
the
of
dark
meaningless.
sword, Like some of them have like bad effects, like you don't want to fuck with them. Like it's great for the Red Baron to have the dark sword. He's not going to have the curse effects, but like if you have it, sometimes you'll like skip a turn or your defense goes way the fuck down and all sorts of negative shit
Right.
to having a cursed weapon.
Right. And by the time you get a lot of the cursed weapons, you already have your mithril weapons.
Yeah.
So it's just kind of like, oh no, this is just going to take up a spot in my
Yeah.
inventory.
You don't have to have it equipped to use it, so that's why I still kept the dark sword on Lemon. So if I couldn't reach someone, may as well give it a shot.
Nice.
So that's all I got.
That's all I got. Tyler,
Yes, Dave.
I have a few important questions for you. The first of which, if you were to give this game a beard, man, this feels good. I haven't.
It's been a while.
Oh, I haven't asked this in a long time. I haven't used this tone of voice in a while. Not since I paid that doctor to stick things in your wiener.
Yeah. No, just tell them it's not. You just got to numb it up.
That's fine.
It's fine.
Wait. Okay, 30 seconds is $100. What a 200 get me? 60 seconds. Yeah. Let's do that.
Can you get something as thick as this urethral plug and just like jam it in there?
I'd like to offer up Exhibit A. Tyler,
Yes, Dave.
if you were to give this game a beard that sums up how you feel about it, Shining Force 2, what kind of beard would you give it?
I would have to give it an artful mosaic beard made up of all your favorite coloring book pages you finished as a kid.
Oh my goodness.
So it's just pretty and it's meaningful from you being a kid and it's still cool. You made it adult even though it's a kid thing. That's your beard.
You can color all the horse boys you want.
All of them.
You can color your horse boy whatever color you want. It's 2017.
Yeah, it's Wizard of Oz. Horse can be, they can be any color.
Horseman can marry the princess, no big deal. They're no longer confined to the equinariums. Tyler,
Yes, Dave.
thank you for doing the show with me.
Thank you for making this show happen.
We both make this show happen.
Yeah, it was your idea though, but yeah.
But
Yeah.
I have another important question for you. If you were to give this game a pair of glasses that sums up how you feel about it, what kind of glasses would you give it?
I would have to give it the shoebox with a hole poked in it that you use in middle school to look at an eclipse.
We got one of those coming up.
Oh, do we?
Oh, yeah, we have a total eclipse coming up.
All right. So that way you can see how cool it is without hurting yourself. As an adult, because you spend way too much time and hurt yourself.
I like it.
I made that one up because I forgot to write in glasses. Because right as you said that tone, I looked down. I did beards and I didn't do glasses. Shit.
That's fine. Guess who's looking up how much this game is on Amazon right at this moment?
It's been a while.
No, I'm just in character. I'm playing Chili Dog tonight. I feel like Chili Dog wouldn't look up how much this game is on Amazon. Tyler,
Yes, Dave.
I have one more question for you. If you were to buy this game, Shining Force 2, used for the Sega Genesis on Amazon right now, how much do you think you'd pay for it?
Genesis games aren't usually as expensive. I feel like this is fairly popular. It's released in Sega Smash Packs. So I'm going to say $16.
Tyler, actual value of Shining Force 2 for the Sega Genesis. Genesis? I don't know why I said that. It's probably the rum. Used for the Sega Genesis at the time of this recording on Amazon is $52.75.
Damn, I did not expect it to be that expensive.
There
Jesus.
are other options, but they're higher than that. Right now, at the time of this recording, the lowest price Shining Force 2 is $52.75. I think that's a testament to how good the game is.
That you can still get it. It's worth retail price. I mean, and it's on Steam. Like you can get it and Fantasy Star 4 in the same cheap bundle on Steam.
You can do that.
You can.
You can do that.
I'd recommend it.
That is a thing you can do. I didn't do that, but I was thinking about this today earlier. That this is no joke. I'm gonna buy it. I finished it already, but I'm gonna buy it on Steam. And the next time I play it, I'll play it on Steam. Like, I mean, I feel like I need to send a message to somebody somewhere that I enjoyed this game enough to give a little money. It's a fucking steal on Steam for, how much did you say it was? Like $2 or something?
It was like
that?
I bought it on Steam, so it was super cheap.
It's not much. So yeah, I'm gonna buy it on Steam because it's worth it. I'm not gonna buy it on Amazon. I'm not gonna spend $56 on it.
I know. And then I just saw today that it sucks. It's only in the PlayStation 3 PlayStation Store, but Suikoden 3 is like $3 right now.
Really?
Yeah.
I want to play the Suikoden games too. We've talked about
Yeah.
that.
It's good. I think Suikoden 2 will crack your list as well.
It's a tough nut to crack.
Let's see.
I have some house cleaning.
Yeah, let's clean house
for the next hour.
Yep.
First and foremost, we recorded a Patreon episode that's going to drop on Friday.
Yep.
It's an all-call show. If you want to hear that, go to patreon.com/tadpog, throw in $1. You'll get it, and you'll get all the bonus episodes.
Copious episodes.
Copious amounts. And also, the reason I mention that is because I want you to donate to Patreon. I also, in that episode, we also talk about giving titles out to people who need titles. One of those people was Chris Vaughn.
Yep.
I have a recommendation for Chris Vaughn's
Yeah, you don't want to
title.
go with Big Dick Chris Vaughn.
I forgot that we settled on that. Oops. We'll let him decide.
Okay.
Okay, can we do that?
Yep.
I totally forgot. I might have been drinking on that episode too. Okay, so Chris, you let us know. Do you want to be Big Dick Chris Vaughn or this is what I came up with today, Pie Baker Chris Vaughn. He's the nation's pie baker because this dude makes some sweet ass shit
true.
with
Fuck
raspberry
yeah, he
pies.
does. Yep.
I just sent him a Hori arcade stick that he is going to put a raspberry pi inside. He's going to add an additional USB port to the arcade stick. He's going to add an HDMI port to the arcade stick, so I can just plug this Hori arcade stick into a TV and just play fighters and brawlers.
That's fucking. I've seen the shit that he's made. It's fucking
It's amazing.
Yep.
It's amazing. So we'll leave it up to him.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, you one or the other.
Or Big Dick Pie Baker. What?
That makes it sound like he bakes pies with big dicks inside of it. Hey, who's that guy selling pies out in front of the equinarium? Why are all the horse boys? Where'd all the horse boys go?
They're fucking those pies, man.
And also, I want to thank some people that need to be thanked.
Yeah.
Speaking of Patreon, we have since we've been doing the Call of Cthulhu episodes, we haven't had a chance to thank a lot of our donors because we've been trying to keep with building a tone for that game. So we've got some catching up to do. I need to thank the following people. Oh, this just goes back so far. So far. Oh my God. We're back in May. I'm still scrolling. All right. I think this is the beginning. I tell you what, listener, if you feel like I have left you out, please let me know. And we will thank you because you need to be thanked. Okay. I'd like to thank Tadpog Santa Akimi Kanahal for upping her donation significantly back in May. Kanaha, thank you very, very much. I would like to thank Persona Warrior Cody for upping his donation. Cody, thank you very, very much. Scroll. I'd like to thank Michael May I Come for upping his donation. Thank you very much, riding that dollar train. I would also like to thank Trash Bear Joseph E. Willard III for upping his donation. Thank you very much. I would like to thank Joey Webster, who needs a title. I feel like we might have talked about it. I'm not sure if we've given it to him. We need to work on that.
Yep.
So Joey, thank you very much.
Youngest listener.
Yeah, the youngling.
Yeah,
Youngling Joey. I would like Podling Joey.
Nice.
I would like to thank
Padawan.
Padawan. Oh, I like it. Padawan Joey. I'd like to thank Chris Dixon for upping his donation significantly.
Capsaicin Czar.
Chris Dixon, thank you very much. I would like to thank Platinum member Brett Miller for upping his donation significantly. Brett, thank you so much. I would like to thank Frederick Snyder for upping his donation, riding that dollar train. I would like to thank, once again, Yuri executive producer Janie. I can't remember where we landed on that. For creating
YouTube alert. Frederick Snyder also sent a postcard, so we need to work on a name for him as well.
Oh, yes, you're right. So Janie, once again, thank you very much for doing that.
Yeah, I mean, it's amazing. All the work that has been put into it. Like, she's doing amazing. Thank you.
Yeah, she's working on putting all of our back episodes up on YouTube, and that's really cool.
With video add-ons and making it all fit, and it's just amazing.
That's a thing that neither of us wanted to do.
No.
So it's awesome that someone else volunteered to do it for us. I'd like to thank my cousin David for upping his donation significantly. David, thank you very much. I know Shining Force 2 is one of your favorite games, so I hope you enjoyed these episodes. I'd like to once again thank Platinum member Brett Miller, riding that dollar train. I would like to thank Golden God Alex Pena, for upping his donation.
Damn.
Significantly.
Damn.
He did it again. Try to stop him. He can't. He is almost to the point where I kind of want to be like, you're giving too much.
We're not worth this much.
We are not. We appreciate it, but man, you are very, very generous. Thank you, Golden God. I would like to thank Gentle G for recently upping his donation considerably. Thank you very much, Matt. I would like to thank, this just says Chris, so I'm not sure which Chris it is. We have several Chris's. I am going to assume that it is Pinball Archmage Chris Edler.
Okay.
Thank you very much for upping your donation, Chris. If I am wrong, someone please correct me. I'd also like to thank Kyle Pertlebaugh for upping his donation significantly. Thank you very much. Kyle actually he pushed us over the capsaicin limit. We mentioned this in the bonus episode, but we need to mention it also in a regular episode. We reached our Patreon goal of $400 per month, which means that we need to deliver on the promise of us recording with video, a stunt essentially where we take pure capsaicin, and I really want to stream it and play a game while we do it.
Perfect. Love it.
So I think we're going to stream that on YouTube. We will, it'll be a private stream. We'll give the information to our Patreon donors, and then I'm thinking we make it a video that is just uploaded to Patreon that anybody who's donated can watch in the future.
Okay.
I just think that'll be whenever we get the capsaicin. I feel like that will be the bonus episode of that month.
Okay.
I'd also like to thank Big Dick Pie Baker. Chris Vaughn for upping his donation. Thank you very much. I would like to thank Douglas from Better Made for upping his donation significantly. Thank you very much, Douglas. I would like to thank scrolling. Golden God Alex Pena.
Yeah.
Done fucking did it again.
It's nuts.
Done fucking did it again. Increased his donation. Alex.
Substantially.
Substantially. You beautiful man.
Yeah, I think he needs to be promoted again.
Okay, what do we do?
God Emperor Alex Pena.
Holy shit. Thank you so much, man. You are donating significantly.
Yeah.
I would also give Kyle that praise, which he deserves for pushing us over to 400. But he was completely transparent with me and was like, "I'm only doing this for a month."
That's why he is the edgelord.
He's the edgelord, yeah. So thank you very much, edgelord, Kyle, and God Emperor.
God Emperor.
Golden God Emperor.
That's next.
Oh, okay. Who's the edgelord now? I think it's you, Tyler. God Emperor Alex Pena. Thank you so much, dude. You are fucking
that's unbelievable.
You are an amazing, amazing, amazing person. Thank you so much for supporting us. What else do we need to do before we end this extremely long episode?
Thanks for listening, everybody. You can find the show on SoundCloud, Stitcher, iTunes, YouTube,
Patreon, Twitch.
Let's see. Next time we will be back to Call of Cthulhu.
Awesome.
Part 6.
Something.
Yep. Let's see. We're on Instagram, TADPOG_podcast. Let's see. If you want to mail us something like Chris Edler did, that you can send that to TADPOG Studios, care of Nicole Nance, PO Box 3785, Paducah, Kentucky 42002.
If you want to see the solar eclipse with us, I'll get those dates to you. You can come down to Paducah. We got like so many seconds.
So many shoe boxes just lined up.
Oh, man. We have so many seconds to totality. It's going to blow your mind.
So if you want to call us, you can, because we're doing those on all call shows, you can send call us at 270-883-2555.
Tyler, dude, how fucking amazing would it be if the pure capsaicin came in before the solar eclipse and we could do that episode during the solar eclipse?
We had to play a game, take capsaicin, look through a shoebox at the eclipse.
I mean, like, I feel like that is like we could summon an elder god. Like, if we If we eat pure capsaicin,
Quit reading the mod for Call of Cthulhu.
if Chili Dog takes pure capsaicin while calling his vampire dad during a total eclipse, I feel like we've got this game solved.
It's true.
We summon the Zodiac Killer to take care.
Oh, yeah. There you go.
To take care of the Son of Sam.
How do you take on a giant mecha Barbara Streisand?
I haven't thought about that in a long time.
I'm just trying to think of two giants. How do you take on a giant Son of Sam, a giant Zodiac Killer? Let's see.
We're forgetting stuff. I know it, but
Our theme song is Moves by Sycamore Drive. Look at that track. You can find it on the show notes at tadpog.com. Think we're good.
yeah,
So how you want to close this out?
like Metula as a witch.
Okay. So until next time.
Hidey ho!
Hey everyone, are you looking to spend some hot time with some hot boys? Do you like men in their 30s? One sort of pudgy, one skinny. Between the two of us, we have one tattoo. Do you like tattoos? Do you like to spend time with sweaty hot boys
In the equinarium.
in the equinarium? Then why don't you check out suicideboys.fun. We think you'll love it. Again, that's suicideboys.fun. We'll see you there.
I loved that. Can I tell you something that is my new absolute annoyance? There is a pop under ad now on a lot of porn sites where it's just a guy talking to you, and it's you've experienced this?
Yeah.
It's like I'm loading something up, and it's like, all right, this is great, and all of a sudden it's like, hi, I'm Craig. Can you tell me about the pornography you're watching? That never happens on Suicide Boys. Not fun.
No, never.